Here a few minutes early, but is there anybody there on the line or in the chat? Okay. Hello, Dragon Rider. Hello, Josh. 28 years ago today, Great American Bash 1990, Sting became the man in Baltimore. Okay. Okay, am I back? The screen faded there for a second. I saw that happen. So we all good? Okay, today is also the anniversary of Bash of the Beach 96. Oh, man, maybe I should have done something. All these things are having big anniversaries. I guess June and July is like a big month for wrestling. We just had the 20th anniversary of Hell in a Cell between Taker and Mankind. We just had the 20th anniversary of Hogan versus Goldberg. We are pro wrestling. Yes, welcome to the stream, man. Okay. I'm just going to send a quick little... Yeah, I started the stream early because I wanted to make sure all the technical glitches were dealt with. We just had the 20th anniversary of Hell in a Cell between Taker and Mankind. We just had the 20th... Whoa, why am I reverbing? Okay, never mind. All right. What was your first reaction to the ending to Bash of the Beach 1996? Well, here's the thing. I didn't watch it live. I found out about it the next day. I was talking to a friend of mine who's also a wrestling fan, and I was like, okay, dude, who was the third man? And he was like, dude, it was Hogan. I'm like, no, seriously, who was the third man? Dude, it was Hogan. It was a friggin' Hogan turned bad guy. And we were like, no way. And immediately I knew I had to watch WCW that night because I was like, I couldn't even picture Hulk Hogan as a heel. So I didn't see it live, but my initial reaction to hearing the news was, like, I didn't believe it. Like, I was like, that can't be true. It's not true. It's impossible. Search your feelings. You know it to be true. Okay. All right, we'll get started here with the main stuff. I'm just working out some things, making sure everything's working. Hulk Hogan has betrayed WCW. Hulk Hogan, you can go to hell. Straight to hell. All right. Let me go get that. Okay. Alrighty, guys. Well, this is a nice, quiet Saturday evening. I finished all my chores, cleaned my apartment, did a bunch of things I wanted to do, and I've got my trusty mixed drink here. Ready to talk some wrestling. Remember, guys, Mabel was supposed to be the third man. That is hilarious. I can't even, like, God damn. Did you hear Daniel Bryan on the recent Gorilla Position podcast? I did not. What did Daniel Bryan have to say? This should be interesting because he's a person of interest at this point because it appears he may be leaving the WWE soon. I know his contract's coming up, so. Yeah, the original plan was Sting to be the third man. And I think he was also their plan B in case Hogan didn't want to do it. Which to me wouldn't have made much sense. I would have thought Savage. Again, I'm thinking of the mindset the NWO is the WWF invading WCW. Savage probably would have made more sense. He doesn't trust WWE to write a compelling long-term storyline of him and Miz. Yeah, the Mabel thing comes from 83 Weeks, which is an outstanding podcast, by the way. I highly recommend it. Wow. Because you would think like Bryan and Miz would be the natural thing to do. Like that's the feud right there. Bryan said that he's been wrestling way more than he wants to, and he basically shit on WWE creative for not being able to plan these things out long term. I mean, that sounds like me, but he was asked about a Mania match with Miz, and he said something very close to, do you trust WWE to tell that story? Jesus. Damn, that's... Wow, that's harsh. He's talking like a man that's not going to be there too much longer. Well, you guys probably know better than me. I haven't been watching Raw or SmackDown. What are those shows like now? Like, seriously, I haven't been watching it, so I don't know. But what have those shows been like? Before I get into the discussions of all the shows I watched this week. I think Bryan legit doesn't care where he goes as long as he makes his own schedule and gets to choose who he works with. Yeah, and he's got the pull to do it. He's a big enough name in the industry to where he could have enough pull to do that type of, like, be almost like a Cody Rhodes in a way where he can kind of be his own man. Raw has been absolute garbage, avoid at all costs. We got Rollins versus Ziggler Iron Man match at Extreme Rules. 30 minutes or 60 minutes? I mean, this really tells you how little I've been paying attention. Reza Malana, hi, welcome to the stream. I don't think you've been on before. 30 minutes, okay. Final Battle 2019, CM Punk versus Bryan Danielson. That would be insane. That would be insane. It'd be like the Ring of Honor version of a nostalgia match. IFT Legend, you're not a newbie. You've been around. Can I say hi to Indonesia? Hi, Indonesia. Howdy ho. I didn't know my... I didn't know my audience was that spread out. I didn't know I had a worldwide presence. Okay. Alrighty, well, since we've got everything situated and we're ready to go here, I'm going to kick off the stream, and this is, like I said last week, this is going to be a new thing I do where I talk about all the wrestling shows that I watched throughout the week. And the way things are working out now, it looks like I'm watching pretty much everything except Raw and SmackDown. Because this week I watched NXT. I watched Lucha Underground. I did manage to watch, although I'll get into that. I have a bit of a mini rant to go on there. I watched Ring of Honor this week. I watched Impact Wrestling. And I also watched 205 Live for the first time in months. And I watched 205 Live on the recommendation of Delexman, who messaged me and told me that there was a main event this week on 205 Live that I should check out. So I watched it based on his recommendation. Raw and SmackDown have been trash lately. Yeah. So I guess I'll just go ahead and get started. Let's start with 205 Live, since that's the new show I watched. The main reason I checked this show out, because again, Delexman sent me a message and recommended the main event to me, so I decided to watch the show. And I gotta be honest, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a pretty good show. I still have the same problem with it that I've had with 205 Live ever since it started. The fact that it starts right after SmackDown gives the show kind of a burnt out crowd. So you don't get the most reactive crowd. And I think maybe moving it to before SmackDown or finding some other way to get it on the network without to give it a more lively crowd would be better. But as is, I thought the show was entertaining, and I think Triple H is bringing some very basic Wrestling 101 stuff to the show that's actually helping it out a lot. You know who the heels are, you know who the faces are, characters are getting over, there are different stories in between. Guys keep showing up. Leo Rush showed up and is going to start something with Akira Tozawa. Noam Dar came back after his return at the NXT UK shows. So he's back on 205 Live, and he got a quick win over TJP, and a very simple, basic stuff, but it all works, and the characters feel a little bit more clearly defined, and seems to be working. We also have Hideo Itami versus Cedric Alexander for the Cruiserweight title next week, which will be an interesting match, and I may want to check that out. Sorry, I'm keeping up with the comments. Did you hear about the Jay Lethal Taylor Hendricks stuff? Yes, I did. I'm going to get into that in a little bit. WWE is more alive with Team Hell No. I haven't watched it. I heard that Team Hell No was back, but I haven't watched any of it. 205 needs to be in the NXT arena. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that at all. Did you hear Triple H's reasoning for the Cruiserweights not being on Raw anymore? I did not. What did Triple H say about that? When I grow up, I want to be as cool as Vince Russo. Hey, bro. Hey, bro. Nobody can be as cool as Vince Russo. Okay, bro? Okay. But anyway, going back to 205 Live, that brings me to the main event, Mustafa Ali versus Buddy Murphy in a no disqualification match. What I liked about the setup here is like, all right, they've each had, and this has been going on for months. They had one match where Mustafa Ali won, then they had a match where Buddy Murphy won, and then they had a rubber match that ended in a no contest. So now it's like, all right, here's the rubber match, and we're going to make it no disqualification. So there'll be no controversy. We're going to have a winner. And the end result was a really good friggin' match. I thought Mustafa Ali and Buddy Murphy had a really good match. And it's funny because people have been bragging about Buddy Murphy to me and say, oh, Buddy Murphy's been great on 205 Live. And I haven't watched any of it. So this is the first I've really seen. And it's Triple H said he basically doesn't want to be overexposed on Raw. Well, everything gets overexposed on Raw. Everything does, from the women to the tag teams to the main eventers. Like, everybody does, except for the part-timers. What's that? 50-50 draw, one more match. But well, no, now Mustafa Ali's ahead in the series. They established an issue. It needed a resolution. They gave it a resolution. Now, if they turn around and have 6 more matches, like 6 weeks in a row, I'm going to get sick of it. But for right now, I was like, that's a pretty good end to the story. I would leave it like that. But I personally think Vince doesn't want the Cruiserweights overshadowing Roman Reigns. I don't think he cares, to be perfectly honest. And I don't think Vince cares. He's just not that interested in the Cruiserweights. So I think it's harder for him to get behind them. But the Murphy Ali match was a really good, well-worked match. I really liked the stuff they did with the stairs. I thought they did in a world where I feel like I've seen almost everything. I felt like they did a lot of really cool stuff with the steel steps and used that as an integral part of the match and telling the story and doing some pretty crazy spots with it. And the one table spot they did with the like springboard DDT spot they did onto the announce table that didn't break, which only makes it look nastier, was really, I just thought it was a really exciting, very well done match. And the match was so good. I'm like, okay, I'm going to watch 205 Live next week. So I might be back on board with 205 Live as regular viewing for me. So, yeah, thank you to the Lixman for recommending the show to me. Thank you to Mustafa Ali, who, okay, a couple of things with Mustafa Ali. Number one, he needs to stop dressing like Seth Rollins in The Shield. And number two, he needs to drop that light bright Bane mask for his entrance because it looks stupid. I'm just saying. I appreciate that there's a guy that could have easily been turned into a stereotype and they're not using him as a stereotype, but he looks too much like Seth Rollins, which is going to prevent him from getting anywhere. And the light bright Bane mask just looks silly. But other than that, I thought the match was very good. I thought both men performed very well. And I'm looking forward to seeing some more from 205 Live, so I might be back on board as a regular viewer. Yeah, Vince has never cared for the Cruiserweights, and that's just the truth. It's just never been something that's high on Vince's radar. That's just the truth. And the cruiserweight division pretty much turned into what I expected it to turn into. And it lost a lot of steam, and now it's just relegated to being solely on 205 Live, which is probably better for it. But I care about the cruiserweights, not in the sense that, I like all guys that do backflips, but when you look at things like the Jericho-Malenko feud from WCW, you can get great stories. The Eddie Ray feud from WCW, you can get great stories out of the cruiserweight division. And if you treat it like an actual division with depth and feuds that don't involve the title and some semblance of a ranking system, it could turn into, it could be some compelling stuff. You just got to give it some love. Yeah, and I've been watching since last time I watched it prior to this week. Enzo was still the champion, so that tells you when was the last time I watched 205 Live. But I really enjoyed this episode. I thought it was really good. So from there, I'm going to jump into NXT, the other WWE show that I'm enjoying. Once again, good, solid show, solid main event between Gargano and EC3. Couple of good matches and character builders throughout. Typical NXT pacing. They're just kind of giving you little by little. And then they're going to head into the TakeOver specials where you get the big match. And that's enjoyable for me. I like that pacing. It's NXT is basically Ring of Honor with 70s pacing, and I like that. And it makes for a really good show for me. One thing I will say, Shayna Baszler was good. The Mighty, I really like their rebranding, the rebranding of TM61. Them as these jerks that attacked Heavy Machinery before the show even started and got a handicap match against the partner that wasn't injured. I thought that was all really well done. I also like the promo from Bianca Belair, who I've put her over before in one of these, and I really like her. I think there's a star waiting to come out there. And again, I do like the hair gimmick with her. I think that there's a lot of potential there for kind of like a Bob Orton in his cast or Lex Luger in his bionic forearm, and they could do something with that and make it interesting, kind of reinvent that trope a little bit. Dark Johnny Gargano, it makes me wonder, is Gargano going to get put into the title match with Ciampa and Black, or is he going to get left out entirely? Or, I mean, I don't know. And is the third encounter between Ciampa and Gargano going to be for the title? We'll see. It's just something we have to wait and see to play out. But once again, NXT, very solid show. Set up some things I'm very interested in. And we're going to move along from there. Bianca will be women's champion before 2020. They seem to be really interested in pushing her, so I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. But again, moving along from there, we have what was the next show I was going to do? Let's jump into Ring of Honor. I watched Ring of Honor this week. Their airing dates for these shows are really weird, and I don't even know if the show I watched this week was main evented by Matt Taven and Ultimo Guerrero. I thought they had a really good match, and if you haven't seen it, go check it out. I thought it was a legitimately great match between the two. Very good stuff, and it was a overall, again, just kind of a good, solid show with a really good main event, and Ring of Honor continues to be entertaining. So, I'm excited about the things that they're doing. I like the stuff that they're doing. I like, a lot of the stars that they're pushing. And we're going to have a big Ring of Honor World title match in a couple weeks because they taped one right after Best in the World that gave us, I guess I'll use this to transition to what I wanted to talk about. So if you don't want Ring of Honor spoilers, stop, mute me out right now. But we have a bit of a situation going on right now where Jay Lethal won the Ring of Honor World title at the recent ROH tapings in a four-way match involving Dalton Castle. So he is now the Ring of Honor World Champion. And immediately after he won the title, a tweet came out from Taylor Hendricks, former valet of Jay Lethal, accusing him of sexual misconduct. That's not good. That's not a good accusation, especially considering you just put the belt on the guy. Taylor Hendricks posted a picture on her Instagram of the Mae Young Classic logo. It looks like she might be in it. I like Taylor Hendricks. I think she's hot. I don't know if she's the best worker in the world, but I thought she's nice to look at. That's for sure. So I don't object to her being in the Mae Young Classic at all. But as far as her accusations against Jay Lethal, I do believe, innocent until proven guilty. I'm neutral. I'm remaining neutral in this until we find out more. I have nothing against either Taylor Hendricks or Jay Lethal, and I'm actually a big fan of Lethal's. But if it turns out that he did do something that isn't entirely kosher, that's going to look bad on Ring of Honor. They're going to have to get the belt off of him ASAP, but which is a shame because I thought he's a much better choice to carry the belt than Dalton Castle. But if he did something wrong, then you don't want him representing your company. So you're going to have to get that fixed. So we'll see how that goes. That's a week-by-week thing. Speaking of Ring of Honor, it kind of reminded me, we also have the G1 special for the G1 US special for New Japan. And that's something I'm really looking forward to and something I'm pretty excited about seeing. We're getting Cody versus Kenny Omega for the IWGP World title. So I am going to really, really watch the hell out of that. I think that's going to be a really good show, and I can't wait to see it. I'm not going to be able to see it tomorrow. It's something I'm probably going to have to wait until Monday night to check it out. But anyway, moving along from there. Oh, the G1 special's tonight. Oh, it is. Oh, shit. It's probably going on right now then. Damn, okay. Maybe I can watch it tomorrow then. Who knows? But, yeah, Ring of Honor, good show this week. The Jay Lethal situation, we're going to have to, yeah, I'm seeing a debate about Johnny Gargano going on in the chat. I'll let you guys take care of that. I've got shows to review. But anyway, moving right along from there, we'll go into Impact Wrestling. I gotta be honest, like, Impact Wrestling is doing some stuff now that I'm finding legitimately entertaining. I'm really liking the Pentagon, Sami Callihan feud. I'm actually kind of digging the character development of Eddie Edwards into the psychopath that's been, for lack of a better word, broken. And now he's taking out his frustrations on Tommy Dreamer. I like some of the stuff they're doing with the X Division. Brian Cage is fitting in quite well. I actually like the match he had with Congo Kong this week, where it shows like he can work with big guys, he can work with X Division guys. And the match that those two had was really cool because it was two big guys doing stuff that you normally don't see big guys do, like moonsaults and 619s and all sorts of Hurricane Ranas and all sorts of crazy shit. It was yeah, and I also enjoyed the Rich Swann Phoenix match. I thought they had an outstanding match, like the best Impact match I've seen in a long, long time. So it was it's like having Patrick win the title. Yeah, I'm probably as big as Johnny Gargano, but anyway, yeah. I won't be winning any titles anytime soon, but no, I got to be honest, for a brand that's as damaged as TNA/GFW/Impact Wrestling, I actually like a lot of the storylines that they have heading into Slammiversary, so maybe this will be a sign. I don't want to talk about them getting back to the glory days of TNA when they were kind of red hot, but maybe they can turn into something consistently entertaining. Maybe they can turn into something that's enjoyable from week to week. And if that's all they are, I can live with that. So, yeah, I actually did enjoy the show this week. And like I said, that Rich Swann Phoenix match was really good. So I'm also enjoying Killer Cross. I also enjoyed the LAX angle where Homicide and Hernandez returned and joined up with King to go against Conan. So it's like we have like an LAX civil war going on. There's some good stuff going on in Impact right now, much to my surprise. So, yeah, it's a pretty entertaining show. So hopefully they're able to maintain that and get better from there. And then I wanted to finish up my reviews with Lucha Underground, which I was not able to watch live on July 4th. I got home and I thought I was going to be able to watch the replay. Little did I know, I had no idea that this was going on, but there's a dispute between Dish Network and Univision. Univision owns El Rey Network, and because of their dispute, all Univision channels got dropped from Dish services, which also includes the El Rey Network, which means I couldn't watch Lucha Underground. That is horseshit, and Univision and Dish need to get off their ass and fix that shit. Now, I do have other options. I could download it for free off the internet. I'm not stupid. I know about Watch Wrestling and those other types of sites. I don't want to do that because I want to give Lucha Underground my legitimate support. I want to watch it on El Rey Network, or I want to buy the season pass on Amazon Prime and give them my money. That's something I'm tempted to do. It's just, I hate it when shit like that happens and prevents me from watching my shows. So Univision and Dish, get yo shit together. Get this shit fixed by next Wednesday, and let me have my Lucha Underground back, you horrible monsters. Infuriating is what that is. But I thought this week's Lucha Underground, I did watch it. I thought it was entertaining. I did enjoy it. We're getting the battles for the Aztec medallions, the Gift of the Gods title. That's starting up. We had King Cuerno versus Chavo Guerrero. I thought that was a really good match. Always glad to see King Cuerno, and I thought the match was pretty good, and he won, which made me happy. Jack Swagger, who's named Jake Strong, the Savage Jake Strong in Lucha Underground. I have never been the biggest fan of Jack Swagger. I think he has presented really well in Lucha Underground. I think it's so far so good for him, and he looks like a completely different guy in Lucha Underground, and he seems to be getting over really, really well. So, yeah, are Josh and FT Legends still fighting over Johnny Gargano? Yeah, I'll let you guys continue that. I'm not the type of guy that likes to ban people from chat, so if you want to get racy with it, go right ahead. Gotta eat those ice cubes. Anyway, Lucha Underground, what else do they do? Katrina is sexy as fuck. It seems to be getting hotter and hotter and hotter with each episode. That always makes me happy. So just showing Katrina just always makes me happy, and I thought the segments involving her were great. I'm really kind of digging Antonio Cueto. I know a lot of people are like, oh, why is the same actor who played Dario Cueto also playing his dad? I'm kind of digging it. I think he pulls it off at least well enough. And Matanza got to kill a guy. So Katrina or Selena Vega? Ooh. Katrina's sexier. Like, Katrina, like, she really amps up the sexiness. Zelina's pretty much just a standard wrestling valet, and she's hot. She's beautiful, don't get me wrong, but Katrina, like, just exudes sexiness, if that makes any sense. Roll Tide. Yes, indeed. Roll Tide. Why not? But hey, I wouldn't be, I'd be down for that. I would be down. But, yeah, I'm really digging the new, more violent, crazed Matanza. He got to kill a guy this week, literally. Mr. Spectacular was sacrificed to the gods. And overall, just another good, solid episode of Lucha Underground. The show's good. The show's wacky. It's great. Patrick Wood and Benoit is from the chat. No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. Where's Andrade? He hasn't been on SmackDown since mid-May, and he's been stuck in dark matches with Sin Cara. Oh, man. Why'd you even bring him up to the main roster if you don't have a plan for him? That doesn't make any sense to me, but whatever. I'm sure he's being punished for something silly, but whatever. So, yeah, those are all the main shows I watched this week. Very good week of wrestling. And again, I feel like I'm watching every weekly show except for Raw and SmackDown. So, like I said, there's plenty of good wrestling out there. You don't have to feel handcuffed to Raw and SmackDown. Just saying. Sorry, I'm just checking something real quick. So much craziness. Okay. Why is this taking so long to load? Sorry, I had to refresh the screen because it was kind of being glitchy. I can't see the chat right now because it's being... There we go. Let me scroll down. There we go. That's what I like to see. Okay. All righty. Yes, it was a good week of wrestling indeed. Supposedly they're saving Andrade for Rey Mysterio if he signs, but they're doing nothing with him until then. Here's an idea. How about build up Andrade so that people know who he is, so that when Rey Mysterio does come back and they work that program, he's already over with the mainstream audience and it's more interesting. just saying. I'm just saying. But yeah, now before I get into Clash of Champions and Saturday Night's main event, I do have one more thing to do. That'll be my top 10 matches for the month of June 2018. We're a week into the month of July and I still haven't done that. So I'm going to run through these really quick. Now, there were a lot of matches I enjoyed for the month of June between the NXT TakeOver special, the NXT UK specials, going to see Best in the World live and in person. Lucha Underground came back. You know, there was also Dominion, New Japan's, I would say New Japan's second biggest show of the year. I've gotten to really think highly of Dominion. So with all of that going on, there was a lot of stuff to enjoy in the month of June. So these are my top 10 favorite matches from the month of June. And you all might disagree with me, but we're just going to go with it anyway. Brand of the month is going to go to NXT, largely on the strength of the NXT TakeOver Chicago special and the UK special, and just the general direction of the show, I think, has been very good. So brand of the month goes to NXT. Number 10, Phoenix versus Mil Muertes versus Jeremiah Crane, 3 Ways to the Grave from the June 27th episode of Lucha Underground. Very entertaining match. Wild hardcore match, and Phoenix and Muertes captured some of that same old magic and chemistry that they'd had in the past, especially with their first Grave Consequences match way back in Season 1. Very entertaining match, my favorite match of the season so far, and my 10th favorite match for the month of June. Number 9, Tetsuya Naito versus Chris Jericho for the IWGP Intercontinental title from Dominion. Really entertaining match, wild brawl. Jericho wins the IC title, so great stuff. Great action throughout. Jericho, like I said in my review, he showed his age a little bit, but it wasn't terrible. And overall, I thought the match was really entertaining and very intense, so I really enjoyed it. Number 8, Pete Dunne versus Zach Gibson in the for the NXT UK Championship from Night 2 of the UK specials. A very good main event to the show, very well done. I like that they got Zach Gibson's submission hold over in Night 1, and then use that to play into the drama of this match. I thought Pete Dunne looked really good here, and they just had a really good, entertaining, action-packed match. It was a nice closer to the 2-night show. Number 7, Hiromu Takahashi versus Taiji Ishimori in the finals of the Best of the Super Juniors tournament. The match that got Takahashi his title shot at Dominion. He won the Best of the Super Juniors. Very entertaining match, very cool. Ishimori has a great look to him, but I'm really high on Takahashi. I thought these two had a really good, intense, wild match and an appropriate closer to the Best of the Super Juniors tournament. Number 6, LIJ defending the IWGP Tag Team Championship against the Young Bucks from Dominion. Very good tag match that was heightened by the fact that the Young Bucks won the IWGP Tag Team titles. Which was the right move. I think the Bucks are just the most over tag team everywhere they go. I thought the match itself was very entertaining. It was very gratifying to see the Bucks win the belts. So very entertaining match with an awesome result that really pushed it up the list in my eyes. Number 5, Jay Lethal versus Kushida from ROH Best in the World, the match that I was there live to see. Great match. Both guys worked very well with each other. Very athletic stuff. Very entertaining, and Jay Lethal got the win, avenging his loss against Kushida and putting him on the path to win back the Ring of Honor World title, which, depending on how this investigation goes, may have been a mistake. But for right now, I'm going to put Jay Lethal over for that great match he had, and I was more than happy to be there in person to witness it. Number 4, Ricochet versus the Velveteen Dream from NXT TakeOver Chicago. Great character work from Velveteen Dream, great athleticism from both guys. Wild and crazy long match. It got way more time than I was expecting it to. And the end result was just a very entertaining, very exciting match with Ricochet getting the win, but both guys getting over by the time the match was done. So really great stuff. I really liked it. Number 3, the Briscoes versus the Young Bucks for the ROH Tag Team titles from ROH Best in the World. Again, the best match that I was there in person to see for ROH Best in the World, which, by the way, a friend of one of my friends who went with me contacted him and told him, and then he told me that apparently we got onto camera during the night, which is great. I mean, I haven't gone back and watched the show to see if it's true, but if it is true and you know about it, please confirm, because it'd be interesting to see myself on camera during an ROH show. But anyway, I thought this match was a wild, exciting, pulse-pounding match that was easily the best match of the night. It was there. It was a joy to sit there in person to watch this match. The crowd was amped up from the word go, and these two teams went out there and just completely tore it down. It was an excellent match, and I really enjoyed it. So thumbs up to both teams. The Briscoes and the Young Bucks worked very well with each other. I was very entertained by the match, and the live experience made it even better. Number 2, Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa in a Chicago street fight from NXT TakeOver Chicago. Once again being given the main event spot, these two tore it down in a wild and crazy street fight. Not as good as their previous match that they had WrestleMania weekend, but still very, very good and definitely a worthwhile main event. Easily my favorite match on the show. It was nice to see Ciampa get the win, especially kind of a sneaky, cheap win over Gargano, where Gargano got too overzealous in wanting to get revenge, and Ciampa was able to find a way to sneak out a win. Very good stuff all around with some crazy, crazy spots, especially that announcer spot and the announce table spot that they did up by the stage. Or I guess it wasn't the announce table, but you know what I mean. And, little things like Ciampa ripping off Gargano's wedding ring and throwing it away. It's like, damn, what an asshole. But yeah, great face, great heel. Typically, when you have that, it makes magic, and these two made magic once again with an excellent match. But match of the month for June has to go to Kazuchika Okada versus Kenny Omega for the IWGP World Heavyweight title in a no time limit 2 out of 3 falls match from Dominion. Outstanding fucking match. If this isn't the match of the year, then goddamn, I want to be there to see the match that is the match of the year, because this match was once again pure and utter magic between two guys that have unbelievable chemistry. I really liked the match they had at last year's Dominion. This might have, if it didn't top it, it at least matched it. And these guys have set the bar really, really high for themselves. And for them to go out there and to match their previous work and deliver a worthwhile scenario, a worthwhile match where Kenny Omega finally won the IWGP World Heavyweight title in one of the most satisfying title changes of the year so far. It's just amazing that both guys were able to pull that off. It was the end of one of the greatest world title reigns I've ever seen from Kazuchika Okada and the beginning of the reign of Kenny Omega. And I'm very excited to see where Omega goes from here, because I think there's the sky's the limit. They can do a ton of things with him. And we've got the G1 Climax coming up, so here we go. It's going to be fun. So, yeah, that's my match of the month. Probably going to wind up being my match of the year. So, that is that. The top 10 matches for the month of June. And let me catch up on the chat because I haven't been watching anything. All right. Okay, we're talking about Andrade, but he was in NXT, and everyone knows the NXT wrestlers. Yeah, but you want to keep him in the forefront so people can remember who he is. Be sure to mention Brock's title defense. Nah, I'm okay. Part-time IC champion Chris Jericho. Yeah, he's going to be a part-time IC champion, but that might be a good thing because New Japan has too many belts as it is. That's probably my major knock on New Japan. They've got way too many titles. I saw myself during a Kurt Angle entrance, and you could see me chanting, "You suck." I marked. I mean, there's nothing wrong with marking out for yourself. I personally would have put the NXT Tag Title match from TakeOver Chicago 2 on that list. I'll be honest, it was actually number 10 on my list until I saw the UK specials. And the Pete Dunne, Zach Gibson match kind of pushed it down. It was on the list initially. If I was doing a top 15, it would have been on there. Ciampa is the best heel in the business? I agree. Yes. Yes, he is. Could Corbin's haircut be the beginning of a Stone Cold Steve Austin style push? I doubt it. He's the constable. How's that like? Well, I guess Stone Cold Steve Austin used to be the sheriff, so I guess they're growing the similarities between the two. But okay, that is all the... They can merge the tag titles and drop the U.S. and never six-man belts. I agree with dropping the U.S. and six-man belts. I don't mind having two sets of tag titles in this instance because there's a clear distinction between the junior heavyweight belts and the heavyweight belts. And I kind of like it. And they managed to keep the competition in those divisions pretty good. So I'm okay with that. But yes, definitely drop. You can afford to drop one of the singles titles and definitely drop the six-man belts, because I would say for singles belts, you could probably drop the never openweight belt at this point, because the U.S. belt has kind of supplanted it and taken its place as like that third tier belt. So, or even second tier, depending on where you rank the IC title. But yeah, you probably drop both never openweight belts and you'd probably be okay. Good news. Lashley versus Roman is penciled in as the Extreme Rules main event. Huzzah. I can't wait. Cannot wait. But speaking of can't wait, I can't wait to watch some Clash of Champions and Saturday night's main event. How say you? We ready to go? We're going to go to Clash of Champions, finally get this thing started over half an hour after starting. You're all here for Clash of Champions and Saturday night's main event, and I'm here babbling on about top 10 lists and ranting about cable and TV providers screwing me out of my Lucha Underground and all sorts of shit. Why do you all watch me? I'm such a meandering asshole. Because AJ Rusev totally screams main event world title program. Totally does. Absolutely. You know, the weird thing is the crowd would totally be hot for that match just because of Rusev. As like poorly as they've handled him. Yeah, and AJ's over too. Where's Clash of Champions? Where'd it go? Where'd Clash of Champions go? There it is. New game. Eat something healthy every time Ric Flair does a chop instead of taking a shot to save brain cells. That's actually not a bad idea. I encourage good health and good dieting. Okay, so for today, we will be watching Clash of Champions 17 and Saturday night's main event 18. Now, both shows have some fairly big title matches for Clash of Champions 17. And if you may recall, last week I mentioned that in 2 weeks we would be getting Rick Rude versus Sting for the U.S. title. I was actually off on my counting. We're getting it this week. I'm super happy about this because I got to tell you guys, watching these Clash of Champions, it's been a while since we've had a good Clash of Champions doing these live streams. I feel like it's been like 2 months since we've had a legitimately good one. James Jackson, welcome to the stream. You the best, man. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, we're getting Clash of Champions 17. Lex Luger defends the world title against Rick Steiner, which doesn't sound that great. But the real attraction for me is Rick Rude challenging Sting for the U.S. heavyweight title. Was the first Clash still the best one? As of right now, I'd say yes. I'll make that distinction when we get through all 35. But for right now, I'd say yes. The first one's still my favorite one. But can I borrow your network? No, sorry. I don't like giving out my passwords and shit. But I work in cybersecurity. I can't be doing that shit. I would be insulting my profession if I gave away my authentication credentials and that type of stuff. But anyway, this Clash of Champions not only features the Rick Rude Sting match, which was really the match itself was not the real attraction. It was the angle leading into the match that was great. So you had the storyline with Sting being injured throughout the night. That was, and we also get to see who is the one giving boxes to Sting. Yes, we do, which is a nice payoff to what we watched in last week's stream. We do also get that, but the injury angle with Sting was really good and really added a lot of heat to the U.S. title match. And we also get an amazing tag team title match, which I'm not going to spoil. You'll just sit here and watch me mark out. But I think this Clash is going to be the best one in a while, and I think I'm really going to enjoy it. I expect some of the usual crap to be on there, but I think the good stuff is going to far outweigh the bad here, which is I'll take it because it's been a while since we've had a really good Clash. As for Saturday night's main event, we will be having a big title match on that one. Randy Macho Man Savage defending the WWF Championship against Andre the Giant, a match that I remember seeing on one of my old VHS tapes back in the day. So it's going to be cool for me to relive that match, and hopefully the rest of the show is good as well. But I'm looking forward to seeing that match just to see if it holds up from when I watched it as a kid. But if y'all are ready, you want to follow along on the WWE Network, you're going to go to Shows, Vault, Clash of the Champions, and we're going to be in 1991, and it's going to be Clash of Champions 17, Tuesday, November 19th, 1991. The final Clash of Champions of 91. Movie fan, welcome aboard. We're just getting ready to get started with Clash of Champions. You missed, I reviewed all the wrestling shows I watched throughout the week. But you're ready. We're all here. We're going to do Clash of Champions and Saturday night's main event. So you're here to watch me mark out for all this crap. But yeah, so this will be the final Clash of 1991, and the Saturday night's main event we're going to be watching is the final Saturday night's main event of 1988. But yeah, in a WWF versus WCW Survivor Series match, would you have put the NWO on Team WCW? Why or why not? I would not, because to me, NWO is... It would have been either all WCW or all NWO. Mixing the two doesn't work for me because the NWO felt like its own organization, its own brand entirely. These youngsters today know nothing of VHS tapes. Yeah, these old relics that I used to watch back in the day. All right, I've got Clash of Champions pulled up. I'm getting ready to get started. Okay. I'll give you all a few minutes to get there. Let me just go get some water real quick, and I'll be ready to go. All right. Why has WWE made a pay-per-view called World War E? Did they really do that? Or are you just fucking with me? I wouldn't put it past them. I'm 24 and I still have VHS tapes. Good for you. Good for you. VHSs, like DVDs, only going to get ruined easy. That's the problem with DVDs. It's like, with VHS tapes, I could literally drop kick that thing across the room and it would still work. DVDs, it's like you're handling fucking glass or something. Would you ever play Lee Carvello's putting challenge? Of course. I mean, it's the hottest game. All the kids are playing it. I have Blu-ray, DVD, and VHS, so I rule the world. I no longer have any VHSs. I finally had to give that up. That picture behind me just moved? Which one? I don't see anything. Which picture moved? You have selected. No. I've got a lot of pictures up here. It doesn't look like any of them moved. I have a VHS of the original Clash of the Champions, and it works like a charm. That's great. That's good to hear. Okay, guys. We're going to get started. If you're out following along in the network, we're going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extreme Rules, guys. Sunday, July 15th next week. You excited? I'm excited. I'll be honest, I'm more excited for Slammiversary than I am Extreme Rules. I was like, they've got some good programs going on over there in Impact Wrestling right now. What went wrong? Kane Unmasks. What went wrong is that you can't have a guy that's supposed to have like burn makeup, scar tissue all over his face and have the guy wrestle. So he should have never unmasked. And if he does unmasks, it's the last one. PN News versus Stunning Steve Austin for the TV title, guys. PN News. Nothing says star like PN News going for the TV title. I'm there.
Steiner will attempt to strip Lex Luger of his world heavyweight title.
Okay, so all the titles are on the line. I feel like this intro looks like Saved by the Bell almost. When I wake up in the morning. PN who? The Rape Master. PN News. He's the Rape Master, guys. God damn it! That crooked logo is still there. Fuck me! I'm not gonna get mad anymore. No, I'm not gonna get mad. But it's still fucking there! Jesus.
Well, we know that Barry Windham is here at the Civic Center tonight. It should be a tremendous matchup.
I think crooked logo has become my bag. It's become like my running gag. Which crooked picture? I can't tell which one.
Standing by, Missy Hyatt and Eric Bischoff. Eric, take it away. Well, thanks, Jim. Thanks, Tony.
Joseph Strickland, how you doing? I'm watching 2 live streams now. You with the Clash and Saturday Night's Main Event, and Deluxe Man watching New Japan G1 Special in San Francisco. Ooh.
That's right. I'm going to be interviewing WCW's newest.
There's Eazy-E.
Marcus Alexander Bagwell. And you know, he likes me.
All right, now I'll be making my way down to the locker room, trying to get some interviews.
Missy Hyatt's dressing, yeah, she was never one of my favorites from an attraction standpoint, but she looks pretty good here. What would be your ideal Invasion pay-per-view card? I'd have to think about that. That's something I would actually have to think about. Crooked logo, Patrick's greatest enemy. Yup. Oh, there's my girl. There's Terry Runnels. Thomas Rich with Alexandra York. That's a hot name. That sounds like a stripper name. I'm a pig. I can't help it. She looks hot as Alexandra York. She's got this like naughty librarian vibe to her. It looks great. Okay, we've got a lumberjack match here, guys. Thomas Rich versus Big Josh. Okay, what bothers me about the crooked logo is that they're doing it on purpose. They are making a conscious effort to have a crooked logo. And my symmetry-based line of thinking is just floored by that. He's fat! Average Josh. Which main Star Wars movies would you say the Thrawn series is better than, if any? Definitely better than the prequels. That goes without saying. And I would say they are better than episodes 7 and 8 because, in my mind, the Thrawn trilogy is the true 7, 8, and 9. And that's... I enjoyed 7 and 8. I'm one of the only people that... well, not one of the only ones, but I'm not saying The Last Jedi was perfect. It wasn't. But I did enjoy that movie. I saw it 3 times. And I was like, no, I enjoy it. I think it's good. But it's not the same as the Thrawn trilogy. To me, the Thrawn trilogy is above 7 and 8. Maybe because WCW management was crooked itself. Maybe.
Ready to meet the challenge and nowhere for Rich to go. He's trying to go out to his side where Richard won't go.
Librarians here are 60-year-old women with wrinkles. Yeah, but you know what I mean? You ever had like a hot woman that's in like a place of authority, whether it be like, you know, a librarian who's in charge of the library or like a teacher or something. There's something hot about it. It's just... Yeah, that damn crooked logo is why they went out of business. Nice belly-to-belly by Big Josh. A wrestling move. I'm surprised.
Big Josh has gained the advantage. Under his shot there, putting Rich on his back. Big Josh, humanitarian spirit, perhaps cost his team the 6-man tag team.
You mean like Paige is the SmackDown GM? Well, no, because Paige... Oh, yeah, I don't know what Paige looks like now because I haven't watched the show in months, but last time I saw her, she looked rough. And here we go. The heels attack. No, they're all like, okay, they're just, the heels are actually ganging up on the heel. Okay. They're not doing that like face heel invisible line thing that I hate so much. What did you say are the worst CG effects in any movie you've ever seen? Spawn. Spawn. Oh my God, that movie. Holy shit. In terms of episode 8, I think it's really good. The best Star Wars not called the original trilogy. I really liked Rogue One. Even though Rogue One is completely pointless and doesn't need to exist. I think it's like a standalone movie. I really liked a lot of the things that they did in that movie. But so I would say that's probably my favorite besides the original trilogy. But I liked episode 8. I know a lot of people hated it, but do you refer to movie villains as heels? Sometimes, to make a point. Sometimes when I try to make a point, yeah. Paige looks like Morticia Addams. I feel like that's an insult to Morticia Addams. Paige used to be hot. Then I don't know what happened to her, but she looks like she's seen better days. But sometimes, going back to your earlier question, FT, sometimes if I'm making comparisons, all right, here's why this thing in Star Wars worked and why this WWE screwed up this angle. It's like because Darth Vader's the heel and they have him keep his heat all the way through Empire, and Empire ends with him basically winning, and he's able to keep his heat heading into Jedi, so you have a much more satisfying conclusion when Luke beats him. If Vince were booking Star Wars, he would have Vader lose in all 3 movies, and by the time you get to the 3rd movie, you don't give a shit. Actually, it would look like the Michael Bay Transformers films because Megatron, hasn't Megatron been killed like 3 times in the Transformers films? How would you write a movie with Christopher Lee and Jake Roberts in it? If I was able to, I would put them in a remake of The Black Cat, with which was a movie from the 30s with Bela Lugosi and Boris Karloff. And it's like, oh, let's remake that movie, but with Jake Roberts and Christopher Lee. That'd be great. The Black Cat, it has like Karloff and Lugosi like feuding with each other the entire movie, and it's great. And it's like, dude, I'd like to see Jake Roberts and Christopher Lee do that. They would make it awesome. Suplex. What's the best heel turn in movie history? That's a good question. I have to think about that. Best heel turn in movie history. I was gonna say Agent Ward in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but that's a TV show. You know what? Because I'm a huge friggin' like kaiju nerd, I'm gonna say Godzilla in Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. What was your first experience with Halloween? I was in high school. I watched it one Halloween. I don't really have a special story surrounding how I first saw it. I first saw it and I loved it. You were alive during the 30s? Damn, you're older than I thought. Yeah, I'm super old. I'm immortal. Darth Vader in the Order 6060? I guess, but it's just I didn't like Hayden Christensen's performance. That's the problem with it. Up, trip up. The faces are cheating. This is like... Did Big Josh just beat Thomas Rich with the friggin' earthquake splash? That was not the worst thing ever, but it wasn't great.
Well, Tony, maybe we'll see right here who tripped him.
You are fit for Katrina. She's immortal too. I know, right?
And now let's take a look. Yes, it is.
Best face turn in movie history that is not the Terminator. Darth Vader. Darth fucking Vader, Return of the Jedi. One of my favorite memories of watching the movie was being a kid and watching Return of the Jedi. And just every time I watched that movie, I would just be on the edge of my seat and just be like, come on, help Luke, help Luke. And then he did, and it was awesome. And in case you're wondering, in my opinion, the Blu-ray edition where they added in Vader saying no completely ruins the scene. It's a lot more dramatic when Vader's not talking. You don't know what he's thinking. You don't know what he's going to do. Would you say Manias 4, 6, 12, and 18 are one-match Manias? 4, not really. More like one moment Mania. There are a few good matches, but it's just kind of a mess overall. Up, Firebreaker Chip, guys. Stop listening to me. We got to watch Firebreaker Chip. Firebreaker Chip. Beautiful Bobby. If this match goes longer than 2 minutes, I'll puke. Beautiful Bobby better beat him like quick, fast, and in a hurry. Anyway, WrestleMania 6. Almost, yes. I do really like the tag title match, and I do like the Jake Roberts DiBiase match from that one. 12, no. I like the Hollywood Backlot Brawl. I like Taker and Diesel. I like the opening 6-man tag. That's actually a fairly decent Mania overall. 18 is very close to being a one-match show. I did like Taker and Flair and some of the earlier title matches like RVD and Regal and DDP and Christian, but that one's very close to a one-match show. What's your favorite Firebreaker Chip match? The one that ends as fast as possible.
Side headlock by the very muscular.
Why did Matt stop saying Matt Hardy will never retire or die? Yeah, Matt Hardy will never die because the gimmick got old. Yeah, Firebreaker Chip, guys. If only Todd Champion were here, God, then it'd be a show. Look at that. He fell on his ass. Oh, look at that. Shitty crossbody. I was about to give him credit for a cool move, and then he fucked it up. How did you react to Jericho's Raw debut in '99 when you first saw it? I marked out because I was a big Jericho fan.
Overhand wrist lock. Chip should have the advantage here. He's the stronger of the two. He now has a side headlock. Nicely executed. Headlock.
He kind of looks like Firebreaker Chip. Kind of looks like Davey Edwards a little bit, or Davey Richards. I'm sorry, not. I crossed the two wolves together. Who would win, Doink versus Krusty? Well, obviously Doink because he has. Well, actually, you know what's funny? Doink has clones, but so does Krusty. After that episode where like Homer became a Krusty, so there's your Survivor Series match: the 4 Doinks versus the 4 Krusties. Sure, Orton to face Triple H at WrestleMania 21. I'm tempted to say yes because yes, but with Triple H as the face. I felt like Orton needed to be the one to kick him out of Evolution and do that story. Or maybe even do Orton versus Batista at 21. Do the same story, just with Orton in that spot. Davey Edwards and Eddie Richards, yep. Walla Walla, KO Cuck, Cucamonga, Seattle. Stop it. Stop it, you're killing me. Seattle. This is like Krusty the Clown and Mel Blanc are masters at comedy because the way they say Cucamonga is hilarious. Cucamonga. How dare you interrupt The Rock and not tell me your name? Oh, I heard someone yell boring. During a Firebreaker Chip match, I'm surprised. How dare they? Guess we'll never get Orton versus Batista at Mania. I guess not. I guess not. Well, I don't think any of us expected him to say that. You took all the money you spent, you made franchising your name, and you bet against the Harlem Globetrotters? Oh, I thought the Generals were due. He's spinning the ball on his finger. Just take it. Take the ball. That's one of my favorite episodes, by the way, so I know that one pretty well. Backbreaker, please let that be the finish, for the love of God. 2. Oh, my God. God, Firebreaker Chip, you suck. Crossbody. Roll over. Oh, my God. This better be the last time I ever see Firebreaker Chip on a Clash. A shitty backslide. God, this guy sucks. What did you think of the Home Alone movies? I love the first one. It's a Christmas classic. The second one is the same damn movie, but set in New York, so I kind of like look down on it a little bit. The third one is just milking the franchise. The fourth one was god-awful. Like, really bad. And I didn't see the fifth one. How the hell? Back suplex. 1, 2. Thank you. It's over. Thank God. That was probably a 3 or 4 minute match. It went about 2 or 3 minutes longer than it should have. I respect Homer Simpson. I definitely have nothing against him, but I'm definitely going to make offense of his children. Well, you know they have a mother. Well, I imagine that she would die of grief. To me, everything after Home Alone 2 doesn't exist. Right call. You respect a drawing? Nope, just quoting The Simpsons. That's all. I'm going to make offense of his children. I imagine that his wife would die of grief. The Lethal Lottery. Oh my God. This brings back memories.
Steiner pitted against his brother Rick. The winner of 10 tag team matches then advances to the battle mode. A two-ring battle extravaganza with everyone for himself. The lone remaining WCW wrestler in the ring will be declared the winner of this inaugural battle mode at Starrcade 91.
I should go back and watch all the Starrcades. Sting's final box is next.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Clash of Champions.
Forgot to mention this earlier, but Romero remembers things. He said on commentary Dakota Kai beat Lacey Evans back in March. Yeah, God forbid an announcer, like, keep track of that shit.
Is tonight. So without further ado, I present to you the United States Heavyweight Champion, Sting.
Okay, now this is where the show's going to start getting good, guys. Because they do the injury angle. That carries for the rest of the show. And then we have an excellent tag title match. So I think we're good. I think we're going to have it's smooth sailing from here on out. Except for PN News, but, you know. You'll regret watching a lot of Starrcades. Oh, I know. You know, I never did watch Starrcade 2000, which was the last one. Supposedly, there were talks of bringing back Saturday Night's Main Event on FS1 when SD goes to Fox, but they were shot down. Saturday Night's Main Event doesn't work in today's climate for WWE. For Saturday Night's Main Event to work in this day and age, they would have to get rid of Raw and SmackDown, which they're not going to do. So, okay. Bunch of half-naked dudes carrying a palanquin. That's a fancy box, guys. Didn't someone else use that Lethal Lottery concept? Yeah, TNA did it. I think they called it something else, but it was basically the same thing. All the young boys. This is slightly racist. It's a lady. I have no idea who that is. Oh, it's Medusa. Is that who that? Oh, that's right. I forgot that they included her. Oh, this is looking dirty. Medusa. This is very un-PG. This is like more risque than Sherry and Warrior at Rumble 91. Did you hear that New Japan wrestlers will be in the new Fire Pro Wrestling game? I'm getting that game ASAP. I didn't hear that, but that's cool. Saturday Morning Slam. I never watched Saturday Morning Slam, so I don't know what that show was all about. I never watched it. Sting looks like, yeah, baby, we're... Sting's happy. And there's Lex Luger! There we go. Yup. I like the Sting Luger feud heading into what was their title match? Super Bowl II? How many people played the Doink character? Too many. Man, Jericho, why they got you playing Doink? And Sting's leg is shot, but he's got to defend. Oh, Firebreaker Chip came out to save Sting. That's nice of you. Yeah, he would really. Oh, Todd Champion's there too. Yeah, they would have really turned the odds around. Oh God, Warriors no on that segment was so great. If Sting went to WWF in the early mid-90s, do you think we would have ever gotten Crow Sting? No, because Crow Sting... Oh, we're getting a match in progress. Diamond Stud. 1, 2. Oh, is this a replay? Okay, so the match started in progress during the commercial while Sting is being attended to backstage. Oh, they've got him on the stretcher, guys. I don't think he's going to make it for that U.S. title match. That's right. Okay, I was right. Super Bowl II. Yep. I like that match too. I thought they had a good match at Super Bowl II. When I was small, I read this wrestling book and there was a picture of Sting. I remember thinking to myself, this guy is a joke because of the face paint and how wrong I was. Can't believe I still remember that after 18 years. Yeah, I saw a picture of Sting in a magazine. I was like, this dude's fucking awesome. I want to see more of this guy. What was that about Crow Sting and WWF? Oh, sorry. Yeah, the match cut me off. Yeah, I don't think we would have gotten into WWF because the idea was apparently Scott Hall's. And if Scott Hall left to WCW, you know, he wouldn't have pitched that idea to Sting. 1, 2. Tom Zink just beat the Diamond Stud. Scott Hall, speaking of the devil. That match was quick, but really it was about showing us the injury angle for Sting. Razor's Edge. Diamond Death Drop. That's a cool name, actually.
He's got him up and drives it right into the canvas.
Hell, the Luger match on the show was one of Luger's last matches in WCW. Yep, sure was. During this run. What's the better gimmick, Crow or Deadman? Overall, I'd say Deadman if you twisted my arm, but I really like Crow Sting too, so. What went wrong? Triple H, Steph, and Kurt Angle love triangle. What went wrong is that there was no conclusion to it. They just dropped it, and it was one of the hottest angles in the company. It was like, this wasn't like a shitty thing that nobody was into. It was a hot angle, and they just didn't resolve it for some reason. Uh-oh, guys. PN News is up next. Kurt didn't pound Steph. Yes, that is exactly what was wrong with it. What's your favorite SummerSlam? Oh, God. The Rape Master. Favorite Summer, like 91, I have a lot of an attachment to. 97, I liked a lot. 98, I liked a lot. 2000, I liked a lot. 2002 is a very good one. 2005, I have a special attachment to because I was there live. After that, yeah, those would be like, that's the short list of my favorites. I can't pick a number one favorite off the top of my head, but yeah. How would you have handled Austin's heel turn at Mania 17 if you were writing it? I wouldn't have done it. Like that, I would have just rejected it outright. PN News, he's fat! It's so weird seeing Austin with hair. And long hair, too. He's got long blonde locks. Look at him. How do you feel about people saying it's 100% on the wrestler to get over no matter how bad they're booked? It's bullshit because a booker can destroy a wrestler easily. I mean, you want to kill a guy, just have him lose all the time. I mean, that'll be like, you can... I mean, look at friggin' Carlito. Carlito got over, and then they booked him into oblivion. You know? I still think Austin looks like Dolph Ziggler here. It's really strange. I hope he kills PN News in like 2 seconds. Oh, look at that. News has got him up. Oh! Dropped him down. This is already the best PN News match I've ever seen. Oh, okay. I have to handle the heel turn after it's already been done. I would have come up with an explanation for why Austin did it and try to like convey that message that he was my explanation in my headcanon was that Austin was feeling insecure after the neck injury and he was gone for a year, and he kind of made a deal with the devil because he was feeling desperate, and the loss to Triple H in February kind of like fed into those fears. I also would have turned Triple H face and worked that program. What does PN stand for? Poop Nugget. That's what it stands for. In 2 seconds, the ref has to count to 3. I mean, you can count to 1 in a PN News match. Whatever gets it over with faster. I don't care. Oh, Austin into the railing. Poop Nugget News. The Rape Master.
Remember that match you were talking about. He does not want to be denied here on the Clash. Austin's not going to be able to pick him up. Oh, yeah!
Austin failed on a slam there. 1, 2. No! Actually, this is not a terrible match. PN News still sucks, but Austin's selling for him. His real name is Poop Nugget? A shitty dropkick from PN News, but a dropkick nonetheless. I changed Roman's moveset and made his finisher that 6 sit-out powerbomb that he does. Hey, nothing's more devastating than the Superman punch, dude. His name is PlayStation Network. PlayStation Network News. No. Oh, Austin, threw him out of the ring. I like the ramp. Oh, back body drop into the ring. Oh. Bear hug. Oh, big belly to belly. Austin is in trouble. Legs in the rope, ref. Why is he going after... What, dude? Okay, there's no reason for him to do that. Look at Austin with that dive! Wow! PN News. Good old Poop Nugget goes right into the security railing. I'm just going to keep calling him Poop Nugget. It's funnier. Superman punch is actually as sick as someone with Ebola. Great move, no joke. Are you going to see the new Ant-Man? Eventually, yeah, I will. Probably not until next week. Peltzer, welcome to the stream. How far along am I? We are, let's see how far we are into the Clash. We're about 30 minutes into the Clash of Champions. Austin, with his feet on the ropes, he beats PN News. Yay! Now, ask me, what's your favorite PN News match? That one. That actually was not a terrible match. Austin looked good here. I mean, you beat PN News. That's not something to brag about, dude. Look at that over-the-top rope dive. Look at that. How different do you think WWF would have been if Montreal never happened? I mean, I shudder to think what Austin's run would have been like without McMahon as the heel, and that was the major catalyst of setting up McMahon as the heel that he eventually became. If you ever sold shirts, you'd have 2 designs, Crooked Logo and Poop Nugget. No, I would have like my own logo that I'd have to design, and it would be crooked. And there'd be like a picture of me like looking pissed off at somebody for making my logo crooked. And hashtag Poop Nugget. That'd be a great shirt. It'd have to be a brown shirt with white text, obviously. What went wrong? Aces and eights. They took the masks off, and it was like, I don't really care about any of these people.
Introducing first, from Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, weighing 200
Cactus Jack.
pounds. Cactus Jack. Well, I'm sure, ladies and gentlemen, that Cactus Jack.
Now this match, he's going to be working against Van Hammer. This match is a precursor to their Falls Count Anywhere match at the next Clash of Champions. which is also a very highly regarded Clash edition of the Clash of Champions. Can't wait for that one. That actually was the match. The Falls Count Anywhere match actually got them a bonus check because the new guy that was running the show at the time was like giving out bonus checks for guys that had the best match, and Cactus Jack and Van Hammer won that night. Have a crooked logo on the front and on the back, right, blame WCW. I would buy a crooked logo t-shirt. Yeah, maybe I should start a Patreon and start making my own merch and shit. Van Hammer with an entrance video that looks like a hair metal video, which I guess fits the character. Van Hammer and his mighty axe. Headbanging his way to glory. Little known secret, Van Hammer and Man Mountain Rock are actually the same guy. Just Van Hammer got really, really fat when he went to WWE. I couldn't even finish that with a straight face. What went right? Punk and Hardy 2009 feud. Just about everything. That was a perfectly well done feud. Crooked logo will rule the world. Van Hammer has fans? I'm shocked. I mean, he's not as bad as PN News, but, you know.
All around the country for World Championship Wrestling, including in our home base in the Omni in Atlanta. Thanksgiving night, 8 o'clock. And we've got some tremendous matches lined up.
Can you imagine if Vince never turned Rocky Maivia heel because he was too stubborn, like with Roman? It would have been a disaster, and we wouldn't have gotten The Rock.
WCW Saturday nights, and of course,
The future Major Stash. Yep.
on the WCW main event. Wow, he's a tremendous athlete. He's going to leave everything he has.
Hardy actually stayed gone. Yes, that helped out that feud tremendously. There was actually an ending, and Punk got heat from it. And then Undertaker came back and ruined everything.
One would have to assume that he would be one of the leading contenders.
Is anything as bad as Poop Nugget News? No, of course not. PN News is the worst thing ever.
Rookie of the year in WCW. And Cactus Jack starting out.
There's that famous Foley, like, pig squeal that he would do. That always freaked me out as a kid, that he would always, like, squeal like a pig when he was beating somebody up. I'm like, what is wrong with this guy? Drop kick by Hammer, and Cactus goes into the ropes. Out of the ring. What went wrong? Taker Punk feud in 09. Punk didn't wear the right suit. Oh, nice. Over the top, double axe handle. She's been sick of Taker for 9 years. Yeah, pretty much. I never forgave him for that. Oh, big boot. God, Van Hammer's kicking Foley's ass. Leg drop. See, if that was a Hogan leg drop, match would be over.
He's got the leg hook, but Cactus Jack able to kick out. Jim, I was very surprised to see Van Hammer go on the outside of Cactus Jack. As we know, that's where he does so much.
Reversal.
I will let him stay up there.
And a bulldog by Cactus.
Cactus drove him face first down. And now Cactus Jack has seemingly regained the advantage.
Are we going to get the Foley clothesline? Yep. Oh, God, that always looks so sick, but it looks so cool.
Here we go. This is where he rules on the outside. He can really hurt you out there with the barricade, losing the top, and apparently that's what's going to do.
Here we go. Elbow time. The Cactus Jack elbow. Oh, no. We're going to go even higher. Boom! Dropping the hammer on Van Hammer. Cactus Jack style, baby. Cactus Jack versus Sami Callihan. That would be a great feud. I'd be down for that. What? Punk didn't wear the right suit? Yeah, he got into some argument with Taker about he wasn't dressing professional enough, and Punk made some comment. It's like, well, what about Cena? He doesn't do it, blah blah blah, and that got Punk in trouble. What did you think of Goldberg Hogan on Nitro when you first saw it? Honestly, I felt like I just watched a WrestleMania. Like, it had that type of a feel to it. It's one of the biggest and greatest moments in WCW history. The atmosphere, the venue, and everything. It had the feel of a WrestleMania. Thanos did nothing wrong. Hashtag. Well, it doesn't matter because everybody's coming back in the next movie anyway. So, I mean, I love it. It's like as spoiler, okay, everybody on the stream has seen Infinity War. I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it. But I'm going to assume everybody has seen it. But, okay, spoiler alert. So they killed Spider-Man in Infinity War, and there's already news on, like, the Spider-Man Homecoming sequel. So it's like, yeah, they're really going to stick to these deaths here. It's like, okay, sure, Marvel. Van Hammer going up top. Knee to the back of the head. This is a good match. 1, 2. No, Cactus kicked out. Van Hammer's better than I remembered. Oh, they cracked heads. What would you say are the worst non-Mania pay-per-view main events? Sticking with WWE, I mean, I could go... Oh, Cactus hit him with the guitar. Ref did not see it because he's an idiot. Jackknife pin. 1, 2, 3. Go Cactus. Bang, bang. Can't the sequel and Infinity War be separate movies? Do they have to be intertwined? No, I'm given the impression that it's going to take place after the next Avengers movie. Oh, Van Hammer's getting his revenge. But worst non-Mania pay-per-view main events, the Concrete Crypt match comes to mind. That one might be my number one. The Big Boss Man and slingshot suplex outside the ring. See, that's why I like the ramp. You can do stuff like that. You can be creative. Oh, big tackle. Everyone who turned to dust will come back to life at the end of Avengers 4. Yes, exactly. And it's one of those things. I love Wrath of Khan. I hate The Search for Spock. Wrath of Khan, I think, is the best Star Trek movie. Search for Spock is one of the ones I hate the most because they just took everything they did in Wrath of Khan and just undid it. So it feels like a giant cheat, and I hate it. Yeah, we're getting a Falls Count Anywhere next Clash, guys, so be on the lookout for that. That was a good match. I enjoyed that. All right, first update on Sting.
All right, Eric, are you there? Eric, are you there? I'm having trouble hearing Eric Bischoff. We're trying to get our telephone. Eric Bischoff is at a medical facility.
Odds are bad, evens are good. That's true with the original films. Then when you get into the next gen films, they all suck except for First Contact.
One of the orderlies just came out and gave you a quick thumbs up sign. Now, I don't know what that means. I can only interpret that as hopefully the injury is not as severe as we thought it might be. But on the way over to the ambulance, I'll tell you what, that knee swelled up 3-4 times its normal size. Sting was in a tremendous amount of pain, but I've never seen anybody with so much.
Even then, they said medical facility. Yeah. Can't say hospital. Can't say emergency room. Did you know Back to the Future 2 was going to have a different story? What was the story? I liked what they went with. I didn't know that they had other plans, though. Thank you, Tony. It's all right, because I'm Saved by the Bell. I'm sorry, that's what that looks like. That background for the Clash of Champions title card thing.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Clash of Champions. Jim Ross and Tony Schiavone back here at ringside. We know you're all concerned about the the Stinger will give you another report as soon as possible, but another controversial situation here, Tony, surrounds the World Tag Team title. It was at Halloween Havoc on October the 27th when Eric Bischoff was attempting to talk to Barry Windham and Dustin Rhodes.
I heard Back to the Future Part 2 was going to have some plot around Marty's parents. I didn't know much, but I love the story we got. Yeah, the story we got was great. Stop singing. No. If I feel compelled to sing, then I shall sing. It's your kids, Patrick. Something's got to be done about your kids. See, here's the plot hole that kind of bothered me. If you take Marty and Jennifer into the future, doesn't that remove them from the timeline? So by the time you get to that point in 2015, they would have no kids because you've removed them from the timeline. Oh, the Enforcers. They injured Barry Windham, those dickbags. God, the heels are injuring people left and right on this show.
Oh, man, what a way to start Halloween Havoc. Barry Windham.
I mean, it's a good ploy, you know.
Anderson, Dustin Rhodes, they're making their way to the hospital.
And that was an update from Halloween Havoc 91. There's supposedly this time travel theory where you can travel within your own timeline and go to one slightly altered where you still exist, as if you never time traveled. That's your plot hole? Yes, that's the one I noticed when I was 7. But wait, if they travel ahead, won't that remove them from the timeline? Then they won't have kids. Which, in effect, would do something about the kids. There are no kids. Problem solved. If you were put in charge of a Creature from the Black Lagoon remake, how would you go about it? Man in a suit. Man in a suit. Real sets. Keep it, start off in the swamp and maybe find some way to work him into the city. And probably work the film like a slasher film. All right, tag title matchup, guys. We're getting a huge return for the tag titles. And I'm looking forward to this one. The match is great. The return is great. And this is a huge mark-out moment here.
Well, Anderson and Zbyszko making their way to the ring. The awesome World Tag Team Champions.
My plot hole is time machines don't exist. If they did, someone would have come back from the future by now. But since they haven't, it never will. Interesting. Maybe they have. We just don't know it. All right, looks like Dustin's going to need a new partner, guys. Windham looks hurt. Who do you think he's going to get? No way to solve that problem. Just use a condom. Yeah, it's like he should have just handed a bag of condoms to Marty and Jennifer and said, there, problem solved. Creature from the Black Lagoon is one of my favorites from that era. Yeah, from that like 1950s era. Is this return going to be ultimate? Better than ultimate. Better. Yes, it's Stardust. That's who it is. Little Cody comes out. I think that was Uncle Fred. I think that was Uncle Fred.
Well, it's going to be a championship.
It's Yoshi! It's Yoshi! It's Dragon, and it's a huge dragon! Because you're a racist, Tony Schiavone. I'm just kidding.
Anderson and Zbyszko certainly are concerned, and rightfully so. This match is for the WCW.
It's Dragon. This is where Dragon got his debut.
Right now, Anderson and Zbyszko completing a great deal of Dick Patrick, the referee. And I'm Anderson to
Poor Cody impression. Where's the? Well, no, I was doing Dusty Rhodes' impression of young Cody when Shockmaster fell. Apparently, young Cody was sitting in front of the TV going, I think that was Uncle Fred. Yoshi left Mario. He got himself a new tag partner. It's Dustin Rhodes.
Well, Arn Anderson above us. He rating us.
What did you think of JR making fun of certain fans, saying some idiots out there saying, "Oh yeah, but they know how to fall"? I thought it was funny. I thought it was a good line. Some idiot is sitting at home going, "Oh yeah, but they know how to fall." Give me a break. Oh, we gonna take the mask off, guys? It is Ricky Steamboat, baby! Yeah! The Dragon! One of my all-time favorites. Love that guy. Oh, Zbyszko and Anderson are not happy. They are not happy at all. Huge pop for Steamboat. Yeah, this is right after he wrapped up with WWF in 91, where WWF really dropped the ball with him in 91, because he could have been, especially with Hogan slowing down, he could have been a huge star for them for the next few years, and they just didn't do anything with him. Yes, I remember he was advertised for Survivor Series 91 at this point, so this is a bit of a coup for WCW. Oh, man. Always good to see Steamboat. Always good to see Steamboat. Adam Cole will now sue you for stealing his thing and putting it on Steamboat. Oh, he won't say anything. I'll be fine. WWE never sends cease and desist orders to anybody. Never. They never do that. I'll be fine. God, it's weird seeing Zbyszko with hair.
This is for the World Tag Team Championship. It will be the Dragon. Starting out against Arn.
Here we go. This is going to be the best Clash of Champions match in like 10 episodes. Here we go.
And they must adapt here. They must make some adjustments for this quick style.
Anderson and Steamboat. There you go. Get him, Ricky. What went wrong? Gail Kim and WWE. When she first was there, she was too green. And then when she came back again, they thought it was more important to push models over talented workers. But, okay. Patrick screwed Patrick. Yes, I did. There you go. Good Lord. Oh! Dustin just threw Anderson into the ring post. Oh! Zbyszko goes into the top turnbuckle. Back elbow by Steamboat. Oh! Reverse atomic drop, which looks like a low blow, but okay. Drop kick by Steamboat. The baby faces are rolling. How would Kid you have reacted to the Steamboat reveal? Pretty similarly to how you saw me react here. I would have marked out like a bad. I wasn't watching WCW at this point, but I was a big Steamboat fan from his stuff in WWE. So I would have popped like crazy. He's just a man. No, he's a dragon. He's the dragon.
Obviously, they did not anticipate Ricky the Dragon Steamboat in Dustin Rhodes' corner. We had so much controversy. Would Wyndham wrestle? Would he not? We all knew it was hurt. There was a million stories circulating around.
You seem like a cat person. Why do I not see any cats? I'm thinking about getting a cat. I'm more of a dog person, but I like both. I actually thought about getting both. When I eventually get my own house, which hopefully happens in the next couple of years, I would like to have both a cat and a dog and raise them together and be cute. It would be cute. I've already thought up names. I was thinking like using names from Sherlock Holmes, like Watson and Irene and stuff like that. Moriarty, maybe. Moriarty would be a great name for a cat. Oh my God. You should get a cat dog. A cat dog is an abomination. Oh, nice. Tag to Steamboat. Flying karate chop. Is that what we're getting? Yes. Yeah, the 25 match. It's like Piper looked old, Snuka looked old, and then Steamboat goes out there. It's like, God damn, Steamboat still got it. I never watched Cat Dog. That was a little bit after my time with Nicktoons. My favorite Nicktoon as a kid was Ren and Stimpy, so what does that say about me? Because the funny thing is, like, the kids in my class, they all love Doug, and they all love Rugrats. Only a select few of us liked Ren and Stimpy, and Ren and Stimpy was my favorite one, so I got a lot of weird looks. Like, people were like, but that show's scary. I'm like, I think it's the funniest fucking show of the bunch. Screw you. You need to stroke a cat like a supervillain. I mean, that's why you get a cat, right? That and to kill mice. That's another plus. I love cats because they kill mice. Oh, the heels are back in control here, baby. There we go. Oh, cut him off. Arn Anderson, he's too wily. He's too wily of a veteran. I was born in 94, and Ren and Stimpy was a bit before my time. Yeah. Oh, he caught him. Oh, no. Ric Flair should have taken that move. Dustin was about to slam Anderson off the top rope, and Anderson raked his eyes to prevent getting slammed off. Ric Flair should have taken that trick. Oh, knee to the face. Come on, Dustin. Oh, boot to the face. And, oh, bionic elbow, just like Daddy. Tag Steamboat. The heels look out of their element here. The enforcers are in trouble. Also, rumor has it that AOP will win the tag belts at SummerSlam, but they haven't been on Raw since April. That makes sense. Whatever. Whatever. If anything can slow momentum, it's the mouth of Larry Zbyszko. That's a great line. All right, Steamboat. Zbyszko wants in with Steamboat. Here we go. Oh, big kick by Steamboat. Oh, Zbyszko slapping. Oh, nice sneaky tag there. Very clever, very sneaky by Zbyszko. You know, the Enforcers are underrated. I thought Anderson and Zbyszko were a good team. There you go. I mean, everybody, when they think of tag teams with Arn Anderson, they think of Tully, and that makes sense. But I thought the Enforcers were a pretty good pairing. 2, no. Come on, Steamboat. Oh, big kick. Is Carl Anderson the long-lost son of Arn Anderson? I don't think so. Though they could probably do that angle if they wanted to.
As long as they can control the tempo and slow it down, will have the advantage. And remember, the time limit is in the favor of the champion.
Oh, Steamboat's coming back. God, Ricky Steamboat is the best babyface ever. He's just... It's impossible not to cheer for him. Come on. Yes! Oh, he got the tag. Oh. Tag Zbyszko before the sunset flip. Anderson no longer the legal man, so... Is Luke Gallows the long-lost brother of Festus? Sure, why not? Better babyface than Sting? I'd say yes, and that's no knock on Sting. It's just Steamboat's just that likable. Like just that good. Steamboat's just the perfect mix of everything. He's a good, likable guy. He looks cool. He wrestles in an awesome way. He knows how to sell. He knows how to work comebacks. I mean, he can literally do it all. He's so good as a babyface, I can never picture him as a heel. Oh, God. Come on, Ricky. Oh, making mistakes. Come on, man. Back suplex. I still want to see late 80s Steamboat versus late 90s HBK. Ooh, God, that would have been... The best part about that, not only would the matches have been good, but the, like, the character... Like, Shawn would have been such a dickhead during that time that the matches would have been super, super hot. Steamboat actually asked to turn heel in 91, but Patterson turned him down. I actually agree with Patterson there. I just don't think a heel turn... Steamboat probably asked for that just to get a shot, so he'd probably get a chance to work with Hogan, and get some big paydays out of it, but it's like, it wouldn't have worked. Oh, Steamboat couldn't make the tag. See, look at this. Good old school tag team wrestling. They're keeping the babyface from tagging his partner. They're following the rules of tag team wrestling. Oh, rib breaker. Oh, body slam. Fell down. No, no. Was Steamboat the first guy to jump back and forth from NWA and WWF and back and forth? It's a good question. I'm not sure. He's the most high profile of the bunch for sure. See, this is why I miss the old days. If this were happening today, the crowd would be chanting, "This is awesome." But this crowd is cheering for Steamboat because they want him to make a comeback. That's why I like to get invested in the story. Yes, I know it's fake, but I know I sound like old man. Get off my lawn. I'm yelling at the sky, goddamn whippersnappers and all their chants and the... Oh, look at that. Steamboat doing a Xenia on the top there. Oh, but Anderson turned it into a Boston Crab. This is awesome can be attained by simply doing a few cool moves and kickouts. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, the Rusev Cena I Quit match got a This Is Awesome chant, and I thought that match was terrible. So everything is about me, fans nowadays. There is that sentiment there, like they almost feel like they're as much a part of the show as anybody else. Wait, this is fake. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to drop that bombshell on you, FT, but yeah, it's true. This is fake. Come on, Ricky. Come on, Ricky. Get the tag. He touched, but the ref didn't see it. Nope. Oh, God. I'm going to pop like a motherfucker when we get this hot tag. Why am I suddenly in the mood for pizza? Because you're a human being and everyone's in the mood for pizza because there's never a bad time for pizza. Oh, God, they cracked heads. Blame WWE for exploiting the night after Mania 29 crowd. Now every crowd wants to be like that one. What gets a holy shit chant? Pretty much anything that's like a standard hardcore spot will get a holy shit chant. Patricky Steamboat. Haha, I see what you did there. Anderson going up top. Steamboat got the feet up. Get the tag, damn it. Get the tag. Ricky's right over there. He's spinning the ball on his finger. Just take it. Take the ball. And he's going to get it. He's going to get it. Get the tag, damn it. Just get the damn tag. Yes. Boom. Look at Dustin Rhodes go. Oh, flying clothesline. Body slam. God, he was that young back then? Jesus. Oh, big shots by Dustin. Oh, another quick tag by the faces. Bulldog by Dustin. And Ricky's the legal man. Yes, there was. Yes, there was, Jim. Steamboat coming off the top. Flying crossbody. 1, 2, 3. Great match. That was great. FT Legend, there is a bad time for pizza when you want one and all the pizza places are closed. That is why you have frozen pizzas on standby, just in case. What could have been? Richie Steamboat. Yeah, that kid had a lot of potential, but he got injured. Oh, yes, new tag team champions. That was the best Clash match in quite a while. I really enjoyed that. And that is the last time a match was ever won by a crossbody. Steamboat typically used it as a finish, so he probably did a few other times. Late 80s Steamboat versus Straight Edge Society Punk. Steamboat and Punk could have had some great stuff together. Woo! That was good. That was real good. There he is taking off the Yoshi mask. We're showing a replay of that. Ryback versus Goldberg is still a dream match for me. I mean, they look alike, so it makes sense. Even better than the Ranger Ross match. I know Ranger Ross had quite a few barn burners in his day, but you know. According to Punk, Steamboat always calls him CM. Well, they're on a first name basis, clearly. So he calls him Ricky, he calls him CM, you know.
They are, you know, they were grabbing both of us during the replay and complaining. We do understand for the fact that they say, of course, they did not sign a contract to wrestle Dustin and Steamboat. They signed a contract, they say, to wrestle Dustin and
I'd rather see Goldberg versus Vader both in their... Ooh! Goldberg and Vader, that would have been awesome.
That matter sorted out before we go off the air. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we hope to hear back from our colleague, Eric Bischoff. Sting is still at the medical facility.
His name is Philip, though. Yeah, but in the world of wrestling, his first name is CM.
One of the great light heavyweights of our time, Jushin Thunder Liger, will be here to challenge the winner of tonight's matchup between Flying Brian and Johnny.
Ooh, we're getting Jushin Liger coming to WCW. Not on this card. Sorry to get your hopes up, but
Jushin Thunder Liger. Here's the videotape.
Vader would have stiffed the shit out of Goldberg, probably, yeah. Could Vader go up for the jackknife? Well, he got Big Show. He got Big Show in the jackknife. He got Reese in the jackknife. A nice little, oh, top rope DDT. That is nasty. Nice little Jushin Liger video package here. Yeah, Liger looks a lot faster back then. But it's amazing that he can still go. Like, it is incredible that Liger's even as good as he is now. Vader and Goldberg in a football game together. Does Hulk Hogan see himself as Hogan more than he does Terry Bollea? I mean, you'd have to ask him, but the way he acts in interviews and stuff, you'd think he sees himself more as Hulk Hogan. But that might be an act. I don't know. I've never seen Jushin Liger live. I would love to see him live, just to say I did. But he's he is really something special. Up there's Paulie.
Maybe in jeopardy this evening because of Sting in the hospital. First of all, let me state this on behalf of Mr. Rick Rude. It was a terrible tragedy what happened.
Vader and Goldberg could join Sid for a game of softball. Yeah, they could do it for charity too.
Luger, we're even more ashamed of ever met Medusa, to be very honest with you. But business is business. And this, gentlemen and ladies, is the official contract for the United States Heavyweight Championship match. Tonight it has been negotiated.
Yeah, Liger, yeah, I remember he was at that NXT Brooklyn show. Good match. He had a good match with Tyler Breeze. Tyler Breeze got jobbed out, but it was like, oh, why is he the one that always gets jobbed out? Back when I was a huge mark for Tyler Breeze before they ruined him.
Page 12, section 6.1.
Wait, matches have contracts? They have like actual detailed contracts?
I'm not lying this time.
I'm not lying this time.
Of God or injury, the United States Heavyweight Champion not appear in the ring by bell time. The United States Heavyweight Championship will be forfeited, and the title will be assumed by Ravishing Rick Rude. Ladies and gentlemen, I am very sorry that Sting will not be here tonight. I had nothing to do with it. But should he not appear here,
Sting's going to lose the title, guys. He's going to have to forfeit it to Rick Rude. Mr. Heyman not lying. Haha. Yeah. Did you ever hear the story on why Vince soured on Breeze? No, I've never heard that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it was exactly as he read it. Will Sting lose his title by forfeit? We'll talk more about it, and we'll have more to class right after this. Time out.
If Heyman's not lying, then JR wears Texas orange. Johnny Bad versus Flying Brian up next on Saved by the Bell. I'm sorry, that bumper looks like Saved by the Bell to me. But yeah, Johnny B. Bad and Flying Brian, they actually had some good matches together, so we might get one here too.
He will forfeit the U.S. title. Jim right now is on the telephone with Eric Bischoff, who I understand this thing. Jim, go ahead.
Pillman versus Marco Polo. No, it's the Loose Cannon versus Mr. Sable. Get it right. Breeze in late 2015 was told he could go home early from a show, but Vince wasn't aware of that, and after that, it was all downhill for Breeze. That's a dumb reason to de-push somebody, but whatever.
Sting is now on. He's making his way out. Bear with me just 1 second. First of all, Sting, I don't know.
I don't mind that. No, I don't mind wrestlers breaking kayfabe. I really don't. Like, in their personal lives, and once the show's over, they can break kayfabe all they want, as far as I'm concerned. Now, during the show, if they break kayfabe, I get annoyed, because it's like, you're kind of taking me out of it. Ooh, Sting's coming back to the building, guys. The plot thickens. Did you hear we'll be getting Marty versus Okada at All In? Oh, my God. That sounds good. I want to see that. I want to see that. I didn't hear that, but it sounds good. Have you heard the insanely stupid reason for Nia Jax having backstage heat? I have not. What's the reason for her having heat?
Okay, let's go back to the ring and Gary Michael Cabell. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, it is for the World Light Heavyweight Championship. It is set for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Introducing first, the challenger, the godfather.
There's Johnny B. Bad. I like Johnny B. Bad. I like that gimmick. Again, he's basically just Little Richard, but... She's fat! Yes. Nia Jax and Bliss are in real life apparently not friends anymore, and Nia unfollowed Bliss on Twitter, Instagram, etc., and that upset the Suits backstage. Oh my god. That's, Twitter is the worst thing to ever happen to friggin' celebrities, because it's like people watch everything they do. Oh, look at that. Is that Heather Graham? That looks like a young Heather Graham.
I'm not aware of that forfeit clause, quite obviously. And the good news is that they're on their way back to the arena. The question still remains, will he...
I had a friend who worked at Subway, and after we fell out, he refused to serve me. Well, your friend's an asshole and probably shouldn't be working at Subway. I mean, if you and I had a fight and I fucking hated you, I would serve you a damn sandwich at Subway because it's my job.
And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent.
Well, there you go. He got fired. Here's Flying Brian. The Yellow Dog. The former Yellow Dog. Future loose cannon.
WCW Light Heavyweight Championship. One fall, 30-minute time limit. Mike Atkins, a referee.
Yeah, Subway's good. It's one of the better sandwich places out there. I like Potbellies too. We have Potbellies around here. I like them.
He only made weight about a week or so ago. Has been wrestling at about 242. But the light heavyweight...
After 20 minutes, I'm back. I assume we're on Saturday Night's Main Event. No, we're getting close to the end on Clash of Champions. There's a few more. We've got about 35 minutes left on Clash of Champions, actually. Do you remember what people in your school thought of the Pillman gun segment? Honestly, we all thought it was awesome. We were like, oh my God, that got crazy, didn't it?
If one focused athlete at WCW, there's many, but primarily Flying Brian is that man. Well, I was in London and Dublin with Johnny B. Bad on a promotional tour.
Potbelly sounds like a stoner's dream. No, but it's a really good sandwich place. You ever a friend that just uses you? That's how he was. He wanted me to give him a lift while I was at work. Yeah, some people like that are assholes. I know the type.
In 2 amateur boxing records, including a victory over Razor Running, 5 times Golden Gloves champion of New York, is here with one thing on his mind, that's to make just a rookie winning the light heavyweight title. And those body punches are very, very devastating.
Oh, big slap by Flying Brian. And Flying Brian, he's been kind of like the Seth Rollins of the Clash of Champions the last few. He's been the best part of the show, just purely through his matches. Oh, big slingshot clothesline. There was a girl in 8th grade who was all flirty with me to make her ex jealous. The worst part was that it actually worked and they got back together. Well, she's a cunt. I don't like to use that word very often, but granted, she was for. Oh, they're brawling up the aisleway. Didn't expect to see that in a light heavyweight title match. Pillman versus Rollins, both in their prime. That would have been crazy. Are closed fists banned in WWE? They're supposed to be, but they never bring that rule up. Oh, big slingshot crossbody. 1, 2. No. See you next Tuesday. Yep. I don't like to break that word out very often, but power slam by Brian.
And now, Brian ascends to the top.
What's Brian going to do?
For the champion.
Big fall. Oh, B-Bad got the knees up.
The knees buried to the abdomen. And Pillman now at a distinct disadvantage.
Oh.
Elbow. I think the longer this match goes, the more it is for the advantage of the man with the most experience. Johnny B. Bad trying to get it over early here. And Brian has to be aware of the left hook. That is the key offensive move that Johnny B. Bad utilizes. Johnny B. Bad going up down.
There was supposedly heat on Becky Lynch a couple years ago for saying literally "see you next Tuesday" to Bliss, and people took it that way. She probably meant it that way as like an inside joke. I'd have thought it was funny, but okay. I don't work for a publicly traded company. Oh, big clothesline by Flying Brian.
Oh, this match going back and forth. Neither man being able to sustain an advantage for very long. Johnny B. Bad.
Oh, spinning heel kick.
And Pillman caught him with a spinning kick. On top, lateral press.
Can Finn or Seth have a good match without going to the top rope? Good question. You'd have to ask them. I saw Shawn Michaels have a really good match on one leg, so, you know. I mean, that match he had with Triple H at Taboo Tuesday, he went in with a torn meniscus, and I thought they had a good match. So, it's not impossible. Now Johnny B. Bad's going to fly. Oh, flying sunset flip. Oh, you need to fire your manager, dude. Peanut Head.
And now they're having some more words. Johnny B. Bad telling him to get down off the apron. Went for that left hook.
Oh, down goes Long. Roll up by Brian. 2, 3. He got him. Solid match. Heel Balor didn't go to the top rope often in New Japan, did he? Not a lot. He didn't go up often. Maybe once a match or so. Or like on special big matches, he'd go up more. But Shawn Michaels had the best line ever. What was that? Oh, and now Johnny B. Bad has dumped Theodore Long as his manager. Just popped him right in the face. He's a bad man. Rikishi and Johnny B. Bad tag team. The Bad Men.
I'll tell you something. Well, fans, we know that Sting is on his way back to
The two would have a better match 4 years later. Yes, that's the match I was thinking of. Yeah. Speaking of Balor, he's facing Corbin in Extreme Rules. Get your popcorn now. Oh, I'm so excited for that one.
Really a terrible situation for Sting. We don't know where they are in relation to the
I've had so many people wanting to be the next Shawn Michaels. Thing is, I never wanted to be the next anyone. Yeah, and that's a good mindset to have. I want to be the first me. We'll start showing you some respect. Suck it. Okay, is the U.S. title match going to happen, guys?
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is for the WCW United States Heavyweight Championship. It is up for one fall with a 60-minute time limit.
Did Steph take suck it literally? Probably. Apparently, I mean. This is not Rick Rude's WCW theme. Is this another example of them plugging in stock music over? Because his WCW theme was pretty good. He's simply ravishing. But I don't know if this is just the first theme they gave him or if this is just shitty stock music that they just plugged over because they don't own the rights to the theme or something. Have you heard Daniel Bryan say he doesn't trust WWE to do the feud between him and The Miz properly? I was told about it on this stream. People were talking about it. That's very hilarious. I still love having time limits for matches. I still wish they do that in more places other than ROH and New Japan. Yeah, more matches should have, all matches should have time limits, unless otherwise stated. Otherwise, why have a timekeeper there? What's the point? His second WCW theme was good. Okay, so he wasn't using the theme at this point.
What a jerk.
What a JR's just like, what a jerk. Oh, what is this? An ambulance is driving up. Did Sting hijack an ambulance? What went right? Jericho versus HBK at Mania 19. Just about everything. Just about everything went right. I would have had Jericho go over in the match, but the match and feud were great. There's Sting. Oh, the ambulance drove him back. And Sting is limping back. His knee's all taped up and he's limping. Oh, they rang the bell. He's got to get back to the ring before the count out. Come on, Sting. We want Sting. We want Sting. There he is. Come on, beat the count. Beat the count. Rude's going after him. Nope. Oh, God. Sting with the, oh, Gorilla Press. Slams him on the rampway, but he hurt his leg. Where's all that smoke inside the ambulance that WWE has? I don't know. WWE, they get the top-notch ambulances with all the smoke you need. Come on, Sting. Oh. Rude's going up top. Oh, Sting caught him on the way down. Also, no music when the ambulance drove up. They did play Sting's music when he came out. Ambulances are us. Back body drop by Sting. God, he's even got like his tights cut. They wrapped the bandage around his bare knee, which is what you should do. Ambrose was spotted at the WWE Performance Center a few weeks ago, so he might return. That's good. Knocks him down. Come on, Stinger. Oh, no. Clothesline, and Rude goes out of the ring, which should be a disqualification because they had that dumb rule, but see, they were so inconsistent in enforcing that rule. Oh, Rude's got his leg. Into the ring post. Oh! That, no bueno. Oh! Rude's going up top. Oh, hey, watch the language, Rude. Coming from the guy that said cunt on a live stream. Oh, clobbers him in the back. Rude awakening. Rude awakening. No, Sting's blocking it. There you go. Clothesline, no. Oh, Rude poked him in the eye, you dick. Oh, Sting's blind. And he's on one leg. It's not looking good for Sting, guys. Yeah, Rick is being rude. Does part of you want to see how Owens looked wrestling in a singlet? Kinda. Yeah. Sting comes. Oh, no! Rude was falling down, and he came down on Sting's knee. And Paulie hit him with the cell phone. How much more does Sting have to deal with? Rolls him over. Oh, no. 1, 2. Sting kicked out! DDT by Sting! Get that son of a bitch. Screw you, Heyman. And Rude with another shot to the knee. Jesus. Rolls him up. 1, 2, 3. And he held the tights, too. Rick Rude has just won the United States Championship. Again, that match was short, but it was awesome and completely played off of the injury angle perfectly. And Sting lost, which is good. The injured guy lost. Gets heat on the heels. All the heels involved. It puts sympathy on the babyface. Well done. I loved it. Who's a better manager for Ravishing Rick, Mr. Heyman or Bobby Heenan? I mean, you're going to have two managers. You can't do any better than Paul Heyman and Bobby Heenan, but I'd say my preference was more for Heenan. I was expecting Sting to do the coup de grace because his knee was hurt so bad. Yeah, right? He didn't notice that Sting didn't do any of like his trademark stuff. He didn't do the Stinger Splash. He couldn't do the Scorpion Death Lock or anything like that. So, you know, psychology. It's a thing.
Tony Schiavone is standing by with a new United States Heavyweight Champion. All right, Jim Ross, thank you very much. And you know, we thought about a loophole a lot, and I know you thought it would be the loophole, but you could not.
Is that Medusa with Rick Rude?
Fortitude of the Stinger. To be here because it was a setup. It was a conspiracy by the mastermind, by Rick Rude, the U.S. champion, by Medusa, by the total package. You're on the best next Luger World Championship Wrestling. Top everybody by the committees. Top by the board of directors. Top. Now you answer to us. Now the Dangerous Alliance calls the shots.
Thoughts on Triple H HBK Last Man Standing match at Rumble 04? Good match, nowhere near as good as some of their other work. Like, they had a match on Raw like a few weeks before that. That was amazing. Like, arguably the match of the year. And then the one at the Rumble was like, yeah, it was okay. It's fine. Finn Balor is invincible. Of course he is.
Keep the hopes and the prayers of all the little stingers alive. Well, the hopes and the prayers stay.
God, 91, they got Rick Rude. They got Ricky Steamboat. Those are two huge, huge pickups from WWE. What do you think of the best Last Man Standing matches? My favorite ones, Jericho and Triple H is kind of the gold standard for me. AJ and Angle had a really good one in TNA. Some of the, I guess Chris Harris and James Storm, even though that was technically a Texas Death Match, that was a really good one. Vader and Cactus Jack, some of their Texas Death Matches are kind of the same. Umaga and Cena actually had a really good one at Royal Rumble 07. Loved how they played this up 2 years later when Rude won the world title and then didn't recognize it as a world title. Yeah. How unfortunate.
Luger drawing Sting's name as his partner, or Scott Steiner pitted against his brother Rick. The winner of 10 tag team matches then advances to the battle royal. A two-ring battle extravaganza with everyone for himself.
WCW has been against me since I beat Sting. God, Rude, he does well against face-painted baby faces in mid-card title matches. Beat Warrior for the IC title. He beat Sting for the US title. If you were booking and writing it, how would you build up and execute bell-to-bell Austin versus Lesnar? I I don't know. That's such an odd pairing. I wouldn't even know where to start with that one, to be perfectly honest. I would have Heyman as like a huge component since he managed both men. But I'd have to really like sit down and think about it because it's not a match that immediately jumps out at me.
Right now with a broken wrist, and Ron, I know that you've got a lot of things to say to the great fans.
Ron Simmons.
In the last several weeks.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say it's always a pleasure to be back in my home state and to put on one of the best shows right here in Savannah, and I'm sure they've enjoyed it just as much as I have. And another thing I like to say is that I like to thank all the people that have sent in to get well cards and the best wishes to me. And they knew that I had broken my wrist up at Halloween having it occurred during that match sometime, I don't know when, because my mind was set on one thing, and that was winning that World Championship title. And this is going to be a great match here tonight, and I'm here for one thing, like any good coach or any good boxer would do.
What about the build-up, bell to bell, Austin versus Goldberg? I would have done it during the WCW Invasion. I would have had Goldberg mow down a bunch of WWF baby faces just one by one. Just kill them, just straight up kill them. And then at WrestleMania, Austin's like the last one left that Goldberg has to beat. And he just overpowers Austin, but then Austin manages to beat him with like 5 stunners or something like that. What's your favorite Triple H match? Probably the street fight with Cactus Jack. That might be my favorite. Royal Rumble 2000. Remember when Mr. Hughes was a regular in just not just WWE, but just wrestling in general? Like he kept getting work somehow. I don't know how. Not Triple H's match at Mania 12. No, that wasn't one of my favorites. Although I do get like a sick pleasure out of it. Or his match at Mania 22. Oh my God, no.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest.
So Hogan and Rock lose, but SCSA wins. Well, Rock would have been one of the ones that Goldberg would have beaten on the way to get to Austin. That's probably how he would have done it. Do you see any athletes today getting their jerseys retired like Ron Simmons did? Any today? I guarantee you when he finally retires, Eli Manning will have that number 10 retired. I guarantee it. Guaranteed. There's Rick Steiner. A few clashes ago, Scotty Steiner got a title shot against Ric Flair, so now it's Rick's turn to see if he can win the big belt. But I guarantee you, like, certain guy, like Tom Brady, will have his number retired for sure.
He is accompanied by his mentor, former heavyweight champion Harley Race, and his personal bodyguard, Mr. Hughes.
Mr. Hughes!
Chicago, Illinois, weighing 289 pounds. He is the WCW World Heavyweight Champion, the Total Package. Lex Luger! What a night it's been here, Tony. We have seen a new United States Heavyweight Champion crown. We think we have seen new World Tag Team Champions crown.
I want to see Big Papa Pump in a promo battle with Randy Savage, Ultimate Warrior, and Broken Man Hardy, and Psycho Sid. I don't know if the world can contain all that crazy. Guaranteed. There's still a chance since it's not guaranteed. Yep.
Just as we saw at Halloween Havoc, it looks as if referee Randy Anderson is going to expel Mr. Hughes from ringside.
He's only doing that because Mr. Hughes is black. It's the only reason he's kicking him out. Only reason.
As you know, of what transpired personally between Rick Steiner and Lex Luger. Since that time, I think
Did you hear that Bray Wyatt was in a car accident because he wasn't driving carefully and was distracted by something? I didn't hear that. I mean, that's dumb, but hopefully his lesson is learned.
he's ever been in his title reign since July.
All right, this is our main event, guys. Rick Steiner versus Lex Luger. Very odd pairing. Not one that jumps out at me as like, that was a main event once.
With two athletically oriented individuals. Steiner came from Michigan.
Is that really the guy who was with Jericho for like a month? Yes. Yes, it is. Curtis Hughes.
As did that man.
He kept getting work, and he was always a bodyguard. Like, always. That was always his shtick. He was always the bodyguard.
Signed with Penn State. Joe Paterno ended up going to Miami and Florida. So both these
Rick's
guys
overpowering
have
Luger.
backgrounds. Luger in football, Rick Steiner in wrestling.
This Clash hasn't felt as long as Clash 13 did. No, I've enjoyed the hell out of this one. Even with the crap on it, like the Sting stuff was really good. The tag title match was really good. Couple of solid matches thrown in. This is the most I've enjoyed a Clash in probably like 8 weeks or so.
Single leg takedown.
Who would you say is the most overrated wrestler?
I'm very happy that Scott Steiner.
Overrated in terms of what? How like
I would anticipate
how the fans perceive him or how the company pushes him?
much like Dusty Rhodes had at Halloween Havoc when he was in Ron Simmons' corner. We know that Harley Race is a fully licensed manager here in WCW. The awesome physique of the heavyweight champion, 6'5", 289, 33-inch waist. He is really itched. Double leg.
Ooh, double leg takedown. Look at Rick.
Going for the cover again, and again Luger goes to the ropes.
The answer is Roman Reigns. Yeah, I guess most overrated wrestler. The answer is always Roman Reigns. But I don't think Roman's a bad worker. I just think he hasn't connected with the audience, and he's being rammed down their throats.
Well, we found out, if you just joined us, that it was Lex Luger that was the man that has been paying Cactus Jack and Abdullah all that money.
Fans' opinion, overrated. Okay, overrated from the fans' perspective.
Sending the gift boxes.
I'm gonna say Ric Flair. Not that Flair's not great, but he's the greatest of all time, and if you don't agree, you're a jerk and an idiot, is a bit overblown, because I don't think Flair is unquestionably the greatest in any category. I don't think he's the best talker. He's a very good talker. He's probably top 10 all time. He's not my number one. He's a very good worker. He's not my favorite worker of all time. He doesn't have the greatest look of all time, you know, but everybody talks about him like he's the greatest ever, and I'm just like, he's a top 10, 15 all time. He's not undisputed the number one. And a lot of that comes down to personal preference. Like, personally, Savage is my guy, but that's because he's Randy fucking Savage.
But every time Steiner lays into him with an offensive move, he stops. He slows things down. He walks in a circle.
Yeah, he was getting over like early on in his singles push, and then he got hurt. And then a lot of the things they were doing with him felt really, really forced. Like him winning Superstar of the Year, despite the fact that like he wasn't there for most of the year. So it's like there's no way that's legitimate. There's just no fucking way. Oh, big power slam by Rick. Clothesline by God. Steiner line by Steiner. Ho, 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 ho. Rick Steiner looking pretty good here.
Luger's not going to get in right away. Not at all. Luger taking his time, being very deliberate. They have loosened a couple of teeth there. This lift.
Also, supposedly Lashley will beat Roman at Extreme Rules, which Vince wants to use to build sympathy on Roman. I don't care who wins, though, so it's like, okay, that doesn't do anything. Doesn't work on me, anyway.
Steiner has that low center of gravity. And look at Luger trying to wrestle now out of the corner. You know, Jim, we talked on your radio show on AM 750 WSB on Sunday nights about who you think would win the match. I thought it was Luger. You said Steiner. And look at Steiner right now. He is more focused than I've ever seen. predictable. I thought Steiner going in had
Oh! Yeah, you can't hurt the head of Rick Steiner, buddy.
I've called a lot of championship matches at WCW, but never a two more supreme.
There you go. Back body drop.
Great elevation by the dog-faced Gremlin. The former Michigan All-American with a solid right hand and another. And a thumb to the arm by the champion.
Yeah, we final two in 2014 and got cheered. German suplex by Rick Steiner. Kick out. Yeah, it's really weird how that happened. Like, he was actually, in 14 he was getting over, and then it all just went downhill.
And I don't think the pin was as secure as it should have been. Steiner with a right hand, Luger retaliates. These men this big, this strong, cannot exchange blows for any long length of time. No one's body can sustain that. Steiner again with that right hand.
If Lashley and Roman do main event Extreme Rules, do you think we can get another walkout? I wouldn't be surprised. I won't say it'll definitely happen. Ooh, crotched him on the top rope. Luger with the clothesline to the back. Scott, you're hurting your brother. Get down on the floor. Why wasn't Scott sent to the back with Mr. Hughes? Oh, big clothesline by Luger. Because a walkout to something you already paid for will work. Well, for me personally, like, if I already saw everything I wanted to see, I would leave just to beat the traffic, nothing else. It's like, oh, they're closing with the Roman Reigns match? Okay, I can leave. You know, I mean, I'm not staying till midnight just to see Roman go over. Come on, Rick. Oh, blocked the suplex. Gets one of his own. God, I really want Rick Steiner to win the title, guys. I think he can really win the title here. One good thing on the last Raw was Lashley spoke the truth about Reigns. He's an egomaniac, a crybaby, a heat magnet, and no one likes him. Did he actually say those exact words? Because that's fucking great. Also, supposedly NXT takeovers will be around 2.5 to 2:45 minutes, 2 hours and 45 minutes long. I mean, they were getting that way anyway. So I mean, with the Ciampa Gargano matches, those matches were going so long that they were getting to that point anyway. So that's not too bad, but they're basically standard pay-per-view length. Oh, Race gets a knee in.
What I think twofold here is to get the advantage thanks to Holly Race, but also I think Luger is really tired. And this is just an illustration of the great action you'll see every weekend. Saturday morning, Saturday night, and Sunday on TV.
Two. There you go. No one likes Lashley either, though. Fair point.
Hammering blow to the mid back.
Rick is in trouble.
Again, double axe handle. Wide back, Rick Steiner certainly.
Come on, Rick.
Target, but he's trying to shake it off, trying to stay vertical. And Dogface comes back to the right.
Come on, Rick.
Champion walking in. Luger has handled. I can tell you, Luger's eyes a little glazed.
Oh, big belly to belly. Like a belly to belly power slam almost. I don't even know what to call that. Big top rope bulldog. 1, 2. Luger put his foot on the ropes.
Once again, it's not only if you get them, it's where you
I watched the Roman Jinder match a couple of days ago after it happened, and the crowd was amazing. Also, it felt like the commentators wouldn't shut up to try and drown out the chants. What were some of the chants? Because I didn't. Oh, I take that back. I saw the Botchamania, which showed top rope, belly to belly. Oh, and Scott, he's fighting with Mr. Hughes. Mr. Hughes gets backdropped into the ring. Scotty, Frankensteiner with Mr. Hughes. Belly to belly on Luger. He's got him pinned. 1, 2. Son of a bitch. Now Harley Race is going to get suplexed into the ring. It's a madhouse. A madhouse. Luger with the belt. He smacks Rick with it. 1, 2, 3. Luger wins it. That was a solid match. Nothing great, but solid match.
What a hell of a fight with Scott Steiner and Mr. Hughes, and in the chaos, Luger got the belt and he hit the challenger right in the face with the darn thing.
Where's what from?
Black eye and a busted lip. And I'd love to see a rematch between those two.
Wait until Luger versus Hogan on Nitro. Yeah. Who are the best wrestling announcers? Jim Ross. For color guys, I mean Ventura and Heenan. King when King was good.
Whether or not that the new champions will be able to retain the belt. So be sure to call Lance Russell and Gordon Sully on the hotline. They're going to stay with it until the decision is rendered. And
after a decade of Cena, you would think fans would finally get that chanting random stuff isn't going to change anything. Yeah, you'd think so. The best way to do it is just not go to the shows. I don't go to... Okay, I went to Battleground. That was the last WWF show I went to, WWE show. All right, show is over, but anyway, to finish my point, the last WWE show I went to was Battleground 2016. Was that 2016? Yes, it was 2016. And the reason I went is because I wanted to see AJ Styles in person. And the Shield main event was kind of a neat attraction. But if nothing's intriguing me and there's nothing like no reason for me to go, I'm not going to go. Survivor Series 09 was here in DC, and I was like, I'm not going to. What's your main event? It's Cena versus Triple H versus Shawn Michaels. I'm like, nope, bye. Yeah, Mauro and Nigel are pretty good. I wish Mauro would drop the Mamma Mia thing, but other than that, they're pretty good. All right, so that concludes Clash of the Champions 17. Best Clash in quite a while. I really enjoyed that show, mainly because of the tag title match, which is awesome, and the angle with Sting, which was very well done and gave the show a cohesive flow all the way through with all the updates they were doing throughout the night. So Clash of the Champions 17 gets a thumbs up from me. It has some of the usual crap on it, like PN News, but it's got a few other solid matches on there too, and it's overall an enjoyable show, and like I said, the best Clash in quite a while. Tonight, there's a house show here at MSG with Undertaker. I had zero interest in going. I was like, I don't blame you. Do you think it'd be hilarious if Rock referred to Saxton as coach? Yes, it would be hilarious. I agree. Okay, so I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to go get something to drink and go to the bathroom real quick. And I will be right back. So we're going to go in a quick intermission. I'll be back in a few minutes, and then we will kick off Saturday night's main event 18. So don't go away. Hello all, I'm back. I have returned. What's up? Yeah, I didn't use the intermission music this time. Oopsie daisies. Alrighty. Just taking care of some odds and ends here, guys. All right. So next up, we are going to be going into Saturday night's main event, the last episode of 1988. Here we go. You should play. The following announcements have been paid for by the New World Order during the breaks with an NWO commercial. I wouldn't mind doing that. I mean, NWO rules, right? Alrighty, guys. If you're following along on the WWE Network, you're going to go into shows. Then Vault, Saturday night's main event, 1988. It'll be November 88. It'll be the last one of 1988. Homer singing Spanish Flea is the perfect intermission music. That's not a bad one. What is the worst attempt at a catchphrase you have ever heard? In WWE or in general? Okay, I'll tell you the worst I've ever heard in the 2002 He-Man and the Masters of the Universe show with Orko. They tried, there was one episode in particular where he kept saying Trolley Molly. Like they were trying to get Trolley Molly over. I'm like, no, just don't. And I don't think they used it again after that one episode, but in that one episode, he said it like 3 times. And I was just like, no, Trolley Molly is not going to be a thing. You can't make it a thing. It's not going to be a thing. And it wasn't a thing. Was the second main event after this show? No, the second main event was in 1989. Mighty Molly was a thing. Mighty Molly was a thing. Okay. All right. We're going to start this thing. Let's pull it up. All right. Macho Man Randy Savage defends the WWE Championship against Andre the Giant. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, the Ultimate Warrior, and much more. Wow, that just pissed off the IWC. Hacksaw Jim Duggan and the Ultimate Warrior. The Internet Keyboard Warriors will lose their minds. Never watch this episode. Yeah, this is Saturday, November 26th, 1988. So let's go right into it. Was the second main event special the next special show after this one? I think there might have been one more Saturday night's main event in between. I'm not sure. How old were you in 1989? I was 4. I turned 4 in March. All right, if you're following along on the network, we're going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2. Wow, they're really pushing Extreme Rules, guys. Got to check that shit out next Sunday. So,
I'm the Ultimate Warrior, and it's paying my taxes loyalty. Thanksgiving may be a time of peace.
Jesus Christ.
Championship belt is on the line. Mr. Fuji and Super Ninja, this is my declaration of war, and I take no prisoners. On Saturday night's main event, to the victor goes the spoils, and I'm gonna spoil your Thanksgiving.
Jesus Christ.
Andre and I are here to do a job, and the job is to get back.
Do you remember what you were doing in November 88? Nope, I do not.
Around the waist of the biggest man in the world.
I'm the champion, and I want my belt. I want it now.
Listen to this. B-5-O bam. I spell defeat for the Macho Man.
Nice poem there.
Yeah,
Oh, Randy Savage. Oh, yeah. Going to be defending the title.
Federation Championship belt. He's the world. He's over 500 pounds of pure wrestling terror. He's the most horrifying athlete ever in this or any other generation. So Andre the Giant. And tonight,
Cocaine was harmed during these recording of these intro. Probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
David versus Goliath. Yeah. Oh, no, wow, that story in Coach Elizabeth. Ooh, yeah.
And Elizabeth always looks scared to death.
$1 million man.
There's the $1 Million Man.
Thanksgiving, I don't believe in giving anything away. I believe in buying and selling the American way. And Hercules has bought and paid for. He belongs to me. He had his price, and I paid it. So tonight, Virgil here is going to collect on no overdue bill. First, I want to wish a happy Thanksgiving to all you Hulkamaniacs out there sharing this time with your families. And then I want to say, the way Brother Love set me up to be beaten like a dog by the big boss man only shows what he knows about love. Wouldn't stuff a 2-pound turkey. But what the Hulkster and all my Hulkamaniacs know about love is enough to stuff that pompous, pink, phony until he explodes like a lighter balloon that he is. Oh yeah, Brother Love, I'm going to speak to you tonight, dude. But I'm going to let the 24-inch python...
What went wrong? Ted DiBiase Jr. They didn't have a plan for him. That's really what it comes down to. And then they tried to make him his dad, which that wasn't going to work, but okay. You know the sad thing is about those pre-show promos? Hogan, DiBiase, and Virgil are the only ones still alive. I feel DiBiase Sr. should have been his son's manager / mouthpiece. It couldn't have hurt, but you kind of want to get out from under the shadow of your dad. Did you just say sports entertainment? Fuck you, Vince. It's pro wrestling. It's pro wrestling, damn it. The best thing about being in Sacramento, California is when The Rock leaves Sacramento.
When it comes to movies, I get top billing. Welcome, everybody. This is Jesse the Body along with Vince. What's his name?
See, back in the old days when everybody would fuck with Vince on camera, it's great. It's great. Super Ninja got a logo? They took the time to make a logo for Super Ninja. Okay.
You've got an Intercontinental title shot for this man against the Ultimate Warrior. And again, you have proven beyond any shadow of a doubt to be the most inscrutable manager in all the World Wrestling Federation. Where in the face of the globe did you find this world-class athlete, combining a blend of the best of martial arts and Western scientific wrestling? Here's the Super Ninja One.
Let me tell you, Mean Gene.
Johnny Sports Entertainment. Yeah.
Victory. Remember, Pearl Harbor?
What about this man?
Did I just hear a Japanese guy reference Pearl Harbor?
Ninja.
God, things were a lot less PC back in the 80s. It was great.
7 years, 7 continents, and 7 arts.
Wait a minute, the 7 arts, what are they?
To me, like the pro wrestling sports entertainment distinction, to me, like if you want to call it sports entertainment outside of the show, I'm okay with it. Within the show, there should be some like I prefer like the fabric of the story to be kept intact. And within the show, it should be called pro wrestling. To me, it's like a wrestler or a commentator calling it sports entertainment would be like comic book characters calling their stories like comic adventures or something.
Mr. Gucci, there remains more questions than there are answers. Can the Super Ninja...
Who do you think were the best interview partners for Mean Gene? I mean Hogan. I mean, is that Mordecai's logo? That looks like Mordecai's logo on the Super Ninja's robe.
And then from there, Jesse, the ongoing saga of slave and owner, if you will, with Hercules and the $1 million man, Ted DiBiase. Well, as far as I'm concerned, DiBiase's part paid for Hercules, and that's the American way and capitalism. It is, And of course, the World Wrestling Federation title defense of the Macho Man, Randy Savage.
I cringed so hard when Bobby Roode called himself the it factor of sports entertainment. That sounds really, yeah.
I wouldn't want to be in Macho's shoes tonight, McMahon. I think he may have bitten off a little more than he can chew in the giant. He may have. Standing by right now, the Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, we get another Warrior promo?
Supreme test ahead of you as you defend your Intercontinental belt. Tonight, you're going to be facing a man you have not seen. No one has ever seen your opponent, the Super Ninja One. What is it like?
This is the in-ring Saturday night's main event debut for the Warrior.
There is no things of war that I have not looked upon. I've looked upon battles beyond your imagination.
WSEE. Just call it WSEE. WWE rolls off the tongue, but well, I remember when I heard that WWE doesn't stand for anything anymore. It's just WWE. Oh, that reminds me, for those of you that didn't watch Impact Wrestling this week, Austin Aries had a sick burn on Moose, where he said something like, I'm going to beat him, he's going to fade away, and then, who knows, maybe the XFL will be looking for some C-list talent or something. I was like, damn, he just burned Moose and the XFL. That's fucking hilarious. Did you like Honky Tonk Man's IC title reign ending in 30 seconds by Warrior? Yeah, I put Warrior over like a mad dog. Like, it was, I mean, you couldn't ask for a better way to put him over. It was great. Warrior's no selling everything. Oh, caught the kick. Black Suit Spidey looks scared. Missed that kick. Oh, flipped him up on his head. Do you think the XFL has a shot this season? I doubt it. Leapfrog by Warrior. Look at that. Oh, there's Tim White as the referee. Do you think XFL has a shot this time? I doubt it, to be perfectly honest. I have my doubts, but we'll see. I did watch some of the original season, and yeah.
That's a wrestler's prerogative if he's outside the ring to get a chance to recoup himself instead of this maniac throwing him back in. Not if you're wrestling with the Ultimate Warrior, it's not a prerogative, obviously. To the buckle, the Warrior in control of the moment. His very first appearance on Saturday night, main event, and again. The Warrior really put together.
Down goes the Ninja.
Looking great, dressing about his physique years ago, even. To the Ultimate Warrior was like comparing horseman urine and ice cream. Or kind of like me comparing my body to yours right now. They have a close down one of these days. The Warrior right now.
Deluxe Man said that in his Survivor Series 88 review. Oh, the Honky Tonk Man's reign deserved a better ending. I think it worked. The heel finally got caught in a situation where he couldn't get away. Ultimate Warrior was such a buzzsaw that he just couldn't get away. And I thought it worked. Gorilla Press. This one's going to be a short one, too. Down he goes. Big splash. Uno, dos, tres. That was easy. I was about 7 years old at the time, but I never watched XFL. I remember them saying they go into the cheerleaders' locker room, though. Yeah, it was very trashy. It was very, very trashy.
You know, McMahon, I got to agree with you for once.
the same, their bodies are pretty much the same, and definitely their minds are pretty much the same. Stupid. Stupid.
Oh, Jesse, you dickbag.
This contract was sold by Bobby the Brain Heenan. Let's take a look. McMahon, this is old history to me. I'm going to go interview the $1 Million Man.
Slave. Your own slave. Just who might this slave be?
Well, Hercules.
Wait a minute, gentlemen.
What the hell is he talking about?
Trust me, don't worry about it. Remember, hey, Sarah, whatever will be, will be.
If Omega ever goes to WWE, should he approach wrestlers and say, I'm kind of a big deal? Oh, that's a good way to get you heat right out of the gate, but... Oh, you mean on camera? I mean, it could be funny if they do it on camera. Which was more shocking, 1, 2, 3 Kid beating Razor Ramon or the Greater Power reveal? Oh, 1, 2, 3 Kid, I never expected that. Like, I kind of knew it was going to be Vince as the Greater Power. I didn't know that 1, 2, 3 Kid was going to beat Razor.
Gentlemen, my staff of researchers have studied this.
Oh, look at Ted rocking the green tux.
The results we've come up with is that you seem to have clear title to Hercules. Have you considered a court of law?
Jesse, I'm glad to see that you agree with my lawyers. This is a capitalistic country, and when money exchanges hands, a deal's a deal. I bought and paid for Hercules. I own him lock, stock, and barrel. He is my slave to do with as I see fit. It's the American way.
Slavery is illegal in this country and has been for a long time. Like a really long time.
There's only one way to fight this battle, and it's not in a court of law. It's in the wrestling ring. And that's what we're here to do tonight. Take possession of what's mine.
But $1 Million Man, with all your wrestling skills, why don't you step into the ring with Hercules and show that slave once and for all who the master is?
Me?
Future governor, everybody. Future governor.
Oil from his wells. Does Donald Trump wash the windows of his skyscrapers? No. That's for people like Virgil to do.
Better evil laugh. Ted DiBiase, Vincent Price, or Emperor Palpatine? Yeah, I gotta go with Ted. He's got a great evil laugh.
I think George Bush should hire the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, for Secretary of the Treasury. He knows what money's all about. Back to you.
All right, we're just about ready for the beginning of this matchup with the $1 Million Man's Virgil against the...
God, Virgil got a logo too? WWE, they spare no expense.
Like $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, didn't even buy the services of someone like Hercules and treat him as a slave. Incredible, isn't it? Standing by right now, Mean Gene Okerlund with the mighty Hercules.
Do you think Ted DiBiase could work in a noir movie? No, I expect a little bit of more like subtlety in a noir movie, and Ted is very not subtle.
Hercules is no slave. I am a free man. These chains I wear freely. Every link in this chain.
God, this angle would be super uncomfortable if Hercules was black. This angle would be super uncomfortable.
I am a free man.
You know, Vince, it's very strange how a man will act and react when he fights for his very freedom. Tonight, this match with Virgil could be one of Homeric proportion.
This capacity crowd is found in the fans here, and Sacramento will be rooting for that man. Hey, Hercules, check it out now. You tell me he don't look like Kunta Kinte. Kunta Kinte? Yeah, this is Saturday Night Main Event, Jesse. And you know what I always say, McMahon, if the chain fits, wear it. Oh, really? Can you imagine the $1 Million Man not wanting to...
I'll be honest, I was always kind of a mark for Hercules. I don't know why. Like, he was one of those weird ones. It's like, I kind of like Herc. I would never put a world title on him, but I liked him. Like how WCW was going to debut Harlem Heat as Prisoners with Chains managed by Colonel Parker. Oh, my God. That is – I kind of wish they did that just so we could talk about it today. Like, in a more like, can you believe they fucking did that? Okay, Virgil should be DQ'd, like, right off the bat. Ted DiBiase's attacking right at the bell. Ducks the double clothesline. Double clothesline of his own. I think you might like the story in the video game LA Noir. Maybe. I like noir shit, so. And up and over, down goes Virgil. Oh, he's going after DiBiase. Oh, big elbow. Another big elbow drop.
Hercules really fired up, fighting for more than just a victory here, fighting towards what said earlier on, his freedom. Hercules hammering away on Virgil. The $1 Million Man is hot. He does not like what he sees. But the $1 Million Man's being smart here. You see him distracting Hercules. Knowing Hercules, he's kind of a thick head. He'll go for that type of situation.
Oh, Virgil.
Opening for Virgil. He's trying to take advantage of it here.
Trying to get offense in, but no.
Only one partially landed, and Hercules really in control. Hercules now
To the ropes. Are we going to get another squash match here?
I'm really surprised that Hercules has thus far been able to manhandle Virgil as much as he has. Clothesline again.
Clothesline by Herc.
And I suppose when a man's fighting for his freedom, it gives him that little extra incentive, that little adrenaline boost. Hercules setting up Virgil again with another clothesline. And the $1 Million Man must be really angry with himself. He's trying to get his money's worth, and he's not getting his money's worth right now, I can tell you. Well, can you blame him, McMahon? I mean, he's bought and paid for this guy. He didn't ran off with a big suitcase full of money. Yes, if you have a problem with someone, you do it.
When did you start feeling that the NWO was getting too big? Probably in '98 when they had to split into two. And they had to do the Wolfpack in Hollywood. That's probably when it was getting a little too big.
No, like you said, does Rockefeller dig his own oil wells? Does Donald Trump wash the windows on the sky?
That's the second reference to Donald Trump on this show. Big clothesline. Our president. Power slam by Hercules. There you go. He got him. Easy win for Herc. Who would you have had win the NWO Hollywood versus Wolfpack War Games match if it happened? Like you said, it should have. I don't know. That's a good question. On Herc. Oh, what's he doing with Virgil? Throws him out of the ring on top of Ted. That's dangerous, swinging that chain around. I'm surprised Hercules never had like a big chain match. You think that that would have been like something they could have done with him? Ted's berating Virgil, setting the seeds for their feud in 1991. I want to see Rusev versus Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I'm listening to Delixman's New Japan live stream. I just don't want to spoil the damn results. Yeah, don't spoil him, but how's the show going so far based on his reactions? Are we getting a replay of the Jake Andre situation from the last episode of Saturday Night's Main Event? Didn't they build DiBiase versus Virgil till SummerSlam 91? Yeah, it actually went beyond that because they involved like El Matador and Repo Man for some reason. But SummerSlam was the real climax to it. Amazing show. Okay, cool. Were those Virgil memes real? I don't know. If you could, would you want to go to a Wrestle Kingdom Live? Yes. Yes, I would. I'd love to go to Japan. I'd have fun there. Speaking of Japan, I just got this headline. Godzilla 2 is confirmed for San Diego Comic-Con. Thank God. Give us something, please, because I'm waiting for some news about this movie that keeps getting pushed back. So apparently they're going to show something at Comic-Con, which is great. And like I said, the plan for my Kaiju movie reviews, those will be starting in September. And I think I'm going to do them in live stream format, not do them the way I did my Godzilla reviews back in the day. I'm probably going to do them as a live stream and then just go through all the movies I want to review. Wasn't Godzilla 2 supposed to be out by now? Yes, it was supposed to come out this year, I think. And it keeps getting pushed back. Then it was set to come out in March, which I was like, oh, great, March 2019. I was like, oh, great, that'll be around my birthday. It'll be a nice birthday present. Then it got pushed back to May. And I'm like, is this movie going to come out in my lifetime? Jesus. All right, here we go. WWF title match. Andre the Giant versus Randy Savage. Some of those original Godzilla movie reviews are taken down because of the clips and the music. I did upload a video that has all the movie reviews without clips and music, all on one video. It's 9 hours long, but all the reviews are on there. Is this your biggest audience? No, the biggest audience I ever had was, for a live stream, the biggest audience I ever had was my WrestleMania, post-WrestleMania live stream. I had like 35 people. I was like, Jesus Christ. That's like that's like some big time numbers for me.
So man, I've got to ask you point blank, why risk it all in front of 35 million people to take on Andre the Giant?
Oh no, Mean Gene Okerlund, it's exactly what the Macho Man said he was trying to say. Andre the Giant was the 8th wonder of the world.
The 8th wonder of the world. Not 8th, he's the 8th wonder of the world.
To be a great champion, I've got to beat the Giant. Hogan was a great champion, and he beat the Giant. Oh, yeah. And if the Hulkster, my partner in the Mega Powers, could do it, then I will do it. Oh, yeah.
Oh, is this part of like Savage's jealousy where he feels like I can do whatever Hogan can do?
And I owe it to Elizabeth, the manager of the Mega Powers.
Yeah. Whoa, wait a minute. Speaking of managers, what about Bobby the Brain Heenan? You know him.
Oh, yeah, I know him. I know him to be a two-legged snake. And I'd be real surprised if Andre the Giant isn't afraid of him, too. Isn't that funny, Elizabeth? Isn't that something? The time is now.
In Mario Kart 8, it doesn't sound like Mario doesn't say the T in the 8, so it sounds like he's saying Mario Kart 8.
Macho Man Randy Savage. Will he emerge an even greater champion? We're going to find out. Vince, let's get back to you. Thank you, man, Jay.
I've been here with you since your my 1, 2, 3, 4 days. I think it was. Did I go to 1, 2, 3, 4? Or was it just 1, 2, 3? I kept that name for way too long, by the way. The NYG for Life 1, 2, 3. That is like such a 1997 AOL screen name type of thing. I kept that name way too long.
Well, I'll say this for the Macho Man, McMahon. He's a wrestling champion. He's ducking no one, as is obvious right here, because he's stepping.
Here comes Mach. And there's Elizabeth looking gorgeous as always. My most overrated Mania matches video? Yeah, I thought I would get more heat for that one. Bell rings, here we go, and Andre's got a hold of him. That is not where you want to be, buddy. Headbutt by Andre. Come on, Randy. He's getting the shots in. Oh, big shot by Andre. Oh, knee lift by Andre. What the hell is that hold? Nope. Yeah, the worst place to be against Andre is in the corner. You do not want to be in the corner against Andre. Oh, Savage got the knees up. Boom. Come on, Randy. Oh. Front face lock by Andre. That can't feel good. Ric Flair once said that Harley Race could suplex Andre if he wanted to. Yeah, but would Andre let him? That's the thing. Like, because I've heard, like, Andre, you couldn't do anything with Andre if Andre didn't want you to. So, I don't know. And Harley Race is a tough motherfucker, too. I wouldn't fuck with him. Oh, God. Andre's got a singlet wrapped around Savage's throat, but he's got his arm in there, too, so it looks like he's just got a normal headlock. There you go. Savage is fighting out. The worst place to be against Andre is in the ring. Yeah. That's both a work and a shoot. Andre, he's got Savage trapped. How's he going to get out? Oh, headbutt. Savage is in all kinds of trouble. Oh, you can't slam him, Randy. Come on. Jake Roberts once told a story about Andre farting on him during a match for about 30 to 45 seconds. Yeah, I've heard that story. Which, again, Andre did it because he wanted to, and who's going to stop him? Yeah, going back to Harley Race. Harley Race is one of the scariest motherfuckers in pro wrestling. So if he wanted to suplex Andre, I wouldn't put it past him. But it's like irresistible force meeting the immovable object. Who's gonna let who do who? Do you think it's revolting how some guys had to take Rikishi's stink face? I mean, I hope there was a little bit of an little extra money in their paycheck. Having that big thing rammed. I hope Rikishi washed. That's all I'll say. Harley Race versus Minoru Suzuki. Oh, God. Yeah, there's two scary motherfuckers right there. Like, Minoru Suzuki, like, even at his age, he's, like, in his 50s. Like, that dude legit terrifies me. Like, I would not want to be within 10 feet of him. Because, like, I might piss him off, and I don't want to be anywhere near that guy. Oh! Andre just jawed himself. He just raised Randy Savage into his jaw. That was dumb. Accidents will happen. Savage is coming back. Oof. My dream is still King Haku versus Minoru Suzuki. I think they could probably destroy an entire country by themselves. No ring could contain that shoot. Savage with an elbow. Andre's in the ropes. Oh, now he's going to ram it. Oh, there we go. Into the corner. Savage to the ropes. Andre's down to one leg, one knee. He's got him down. Savage. Oh, there's Jake. Was what a work. The chin shot, it looked like it could have been a shoot, but they didn't act like it was a shoot, so I'm going to assume it was a work. Also, Mil Mascaras versus Minoru Suzuki. That one would be hilarious because Mil Mascaras would pull his shit, then Suzuki would be like, no, fuck you. I agree with Jesse. Jake has no business out here. He shouldn't be out here.
To the outside, the Macho Man. I think the referee Hefner's making Jake leave. I think that's what he's doing. Randy Savage.
Jake should leave. He shouldn't be out there.
He doesn't want to lose this match. Randy Savage wants to win. Hey, what's going on between these two, McMahon? The big boss man and brother lost ambushed me. Now they're going to learn about love, Hulkamania style. Sometimes love hurts, as you all will soon see.
Okay. Where are managers even allowed? Well, I mean, in boxing, they have cornermen and managers. It's playing off that idea. Oh. Oh, did Jake leave the snake around the ring? Andre's freaking out. Do you agree that there's no need for managers in 2018? I disagree. I think we need more managers. Because some of these guys need mouthpieces. They can't talk for themselves. I mean, Paul Heyman adds so much to Brock Lesnar, it's not even funny. There's Mike McGurk. God damn, Bobby's around there. He's looking for the snake. I feel like some people expect everyone to be like The Rock when it comes to promo. Yeah, they do. I think Vince expects everyone to be like The Rock, and not everybody can be The Rock. Oh, look at Heenan. He's just so delightful. Oh, headbutt by Andre. Andre is sitting on Randy. That can't be fun. Andre's got a little cut on his forehead.
Hey, wait a minute, McMahon. How would Savage know where Damien is?
Oh!
Conversation earlier on before Jake the Snake left the ringside area right now. Andre the Giant in a bit of trouble. So is the Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh, he found him. Bobby found him. Andre's like, get the fuck out of here. Why is there a DQ? Oh, into Andre. And Andre gets tied in the ropes. Okay, this is the third Saturday Night's Main Event in a row that had a match with Bobby Heenan doing a run-in to cause a DQ. But here, it kind of made sense because he was trying to get away from Jake. But I don't understand why there's a DQ, though. He got DQ'd just for jumping in the ring? Just for Heenan jumping in the ring? This feels like a heel move. Andre is scared to death of snakes, and now they've got him tied up, and they're just going to torture him with the snake. That feels like a dick move. Yeah, I like snakes. Snakes are great. Yeah, Aleister Black, not the greatest on the stick. I agree. Oh, Andre's getting the fuck out of there.
This is ridiculous for something like this to happen in a world championship match. Army here with Andre the Giant. Andre down. Andre the Giant. Hey, wait a minute, McMahon. It just dawned on me. Look at this handshake. There's Andre down on the floor, scared to death. Look at this handshake taking place in the ring. McMahon, this was a conspiracy.
Yeah, Randy Savage and Jake Roberts are friends now, but that would all change in 1991. Okay, that match was fun. It was bonkers, but it was fun. A lot of crazy shit in there. Some people are predicting Undertaker to have a match at SummerSlam against Balor, Alistair, or someone else. Okay. I mean, if they want to do that, that's fine. Was the Roberts-Andre match at Mania 5 any good? I liked it. I liked it. I remember liking it. It had a lot of Gaga in it, and Ted DiBiase did a run-in, and Big John Studd was the referee for some reason, but it was a fun match, if I recall.
Well, Mean Gene, Hacksaw likes to keep things simple, and no other flag than the Stars and Stripes will ever be raised over any arena, or it'll be over Hacksaw Jim Duggan's dead body.
Wait a minute now. What about Dino Bravo? Can he raise his flag?
You mean that rag with the floor things on it?
Well, that's the floor de lis, if you will.
Well, call them what you like, Mean Gene. Well, they look like squash frogs to me, and that's exactly what Dino Bravo will look like if he tries to wave that flag in front of Hacksaw. Oh!
All right. Now,
Hacksaw Jim Duggan, the xenophobe.
Boris Zukov, as I understand it, the winner of this one gets to raise his flag high above all others, much as they do in the Olympics. So if you lose, that means the Russian flag goes up.
Is that a flag? I thought it was a sign from a hardware store. But don't worry, Mean Gene. The only flag raised above this arena tonight will be...
Yeah, no, they didn't even attempt to get Andre in position for the DDT. That never happened in the match, because it's like, he's too big. Like, why even bother trying? Yeah, we got Hacksaw out next.
I gotta tell you, Vince, if there were just one man to guard our national shores, I'd want it to be that man. Let's get back to you.
Oh, we're getting into the major main event matches, guys. We got Boris Zukov. But guys, it's Boris Zukov. We're gonna have a high caliber match here. Where's Natasha? Natasha's off looking for Musin Squirrel. Musin Squirrel. They come from Pennsylvania. They answer to fearless leader. Flag match. Well, I think we can count on this one not going half an hour like the Cena-Rusev flag match. This one will get wrapped up fairly quick, I hope. God damn, I'm still having like bad flashbacks to that show. What was it, Battleground 2017. Jesus, that flag match took years off my life. Happy Sunday. Yeah, we are past midnight here. 10 after midnight. Atomic drop by Hacksaw. Oh! Clothesline. Oh!
There's nothing up there. You're not going to do any damage, man. You want to, when you wrestle a man, you want to go after
for some way to damage your opponent. You ain't gonna damage Hacksaw hitting him in the hand. Well, Hacksaw never claimed to be a brain surgeon or anything like that. As a matter of fact, you won't see a great deal of technique used in the ring.
I remember I was at the movies the night of Battleground 2017. You made the right choice. I remember that video I made. I was like, that is probably the most defeated and pissed off I've ever been while filming a video. Like, I was just like, what the fuck did I just watch?
Trying to get ahead of steam here. Trying to roll out of this condition into the run and right back up. Series of rights, series of outs here on the big Russian.
Uh-oh.
He's got Zukov swinging it. Oh, look at that. He faked him out with a back body drop.
Did Hacksaw just outsmart somebody?
Look at that dummy. He makes one good move and can't follow it up. The guy's an idiot, big man. He wins all of his matches, I know that. You don't win them with brains, I'll tell you that. Well, listen, his style is more of he'll take two punches just to get one in. There's no question of that. I said before, he doesn't have a great deal of technique in there. He's a brawler. Well, I'll agree with you on that, McMahon. For once, I'll agree with you. He is indeed a brawler. But he's perhaps the best brawler in the World Wrestling Federation. And Boris Zukov was making a mistake trying to brawl it out with this man. Ooh, look at
Big clothesline by Hacksaw. Actually, now that I think about it, I've seen this match too. I had get this, guys. When I was a kid, I had a Best of Hacksaw Jim Duggan VHS tape, and this match was on there. A Best of Hacksaw tape. That's a collector's item if there ever was one. 3-point stance, clothesline. 1, 2, 3. I think Hacksaw had an easier time with Zukov than Warrior did with Super Ninja. Oh, the winner, so it was basically the flag match was a regular match where the winner has his flag raised. That's simple. I'm okay-ish with that. That stupid capture the flag scenario they had at fucking Battleground last year, that was... Look at the look on Hacksaw's face. How is that not a meme? The look on Hacksaw's face there during that, oh my god. I hope that tape was a rental and not a purchase. It was a Christmas present, so it must have been a purchase. Somebody bought it. For the land of the free and the home of the brave. I saw a clip of a funny face Godzilla made in one of the Mecha Godzilla movies. Which one would that have been? It had to have been one of the 70s ones. Oh! Slick maced Hogan? There must be some powerful mace because Hogan's selling it. Oh.
Just show love, meanwhile, in the background, loving every moment of it. Just shows Hulk what happens in Cobb County, Georgia.
Well, what happens in the World Wrestling Federation? There's sometimes a little something known as retribution. And I think maybe
God, he looks like he's really beating him with that nightstick. Jesus. The Brother Love Show. I'll be honest, I like Bruce Pritchard way more now doing the podcast than I ever did with him as Brother Love. That is a character. It's not that he didn't play it well. I just don't get it. Like, I don't understand. Okay, he's a Baptist preacher, but okay. So what? Well, you know. No, I think Bruce Pritchard's a really funny, entertaining guy. It's just, this character, I just never got behind it. Like, you would think it would be, like, in the same breath as, like, a Bobby Heenan or a Jimmy Hart or a Slick or somebody like that. And I'm like, eh.
What is going on?
Oh, I thought you were the guest.
I don't believe this. Oh, I'm going to show him what love is all about. Hulkamania style. Brother Love.
Like Akeem, he's the second most over athlete in the world. There's Slick coming out to his music. There's that song I love so much. Brother Love Show is all about the music. That music is pretty sweet. Yeah, the music's pretty sweet. Slick for president. Our national anthem could be his theme song. I would kind of be okay with that. Speaking of great theme music, when it comes crashing down and it hurts inside, you gotta take a stand. It don't help to hide. If you hurt my friends, then you hurt my pride. I gotta be a man. I can't let it slide. I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. I am a real American. Fight for what's right. Fight for your life. I should release a CD of me just singing WWF themes from the 80s. I think it would get over. I think I could sell like gangbusters. The real national anthem. Yes, yes. Perfect for 4th of July. You would sell tens of copies. I think you're overestimating it, the selling potential. Yeah, let's piss off the guy that could murder us both with his bare hands. Yeah, let's piss that guy off. Great plan, Brother Love. Great plan, Slick. My internet was cutting out, so I missed the last 30 seconds. Did I miss anything? Not really, no. Unless, I mean, did you see me singing Real American? Because I did that.
Definitely in control, isn't it? So far.
I heard about 10 seconds of you singing, which was enough. Might have been too much. The crooked logo tee. Oh, Hogan's pissed. Oh. Yes, Brother Love was The Undertaker's original manager. Yes.
You want to receive, big boy. But as far as school goes, if you get out of control right here, I'm going to show you what the School of Hard Knocks, Hulkamania style is all about. Let me ask you a question, Slickster. You talk about me being black and blue, handcuffed out here, and busted up by the big boss man with a nightstick. Well, what would you do if one of my Hulkamaniacs out here was to tie you up and start to beat you with a stick?
I saw a video about the top 10 best Godzilla movie moments. That's where I finally saw the clip of that amazing dropkick. That dropkick is incredible. Did he just call Slick boy?
Those rings on your finger, man. And one more thing. If I was to hold trial right now and put you on the witness stand, all my Hulkamaniacs would pass sentence on you. I know it would be guilty as charged.
Sure, I'll take a look at it. I've probably seen it, to be honest. If it's Godzilla related, there's a real good chance I've already seen it.
I know you would like it one bit, because after you would be charged guilty, I would be Judge Hogan. And Judge Hogan would also pass the execution on you.
Hey, so this just popped up in my recommended videos. There's a live stream streaming full episodes of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. I'm tempted to shut this off and go watch some He-Man, but that would be a dick move. I know what I'll be doing right after the stream's done, though.
Hey, it's Brother Luck's show.
Now he's going to toss him out. There goes Slick. That was dumb. Brother Love. He just attacked Hogan.
This is disgusting.
Body slam, boom.
You know why this is disgusting, McMahon? Is this how Hogan reacts to a little verbal abuse? This kind of violence? Whoa, wait a minute.
Oh, God.
Cover up the big boss man style. This is the way that Hulk Hogan reacts to what happened on the round.
This is getting into John Cena levels of bullying here.
This is Hulk Hogan.
He's handcuffing Brother Love to the rope. Now is he going to strip him down nude and pour barbecue sauce all over him? Oh, no, he just clotheslined him out of the ring while his arm was tied to it. That's mean. But in all fairness, Brother Love attacked him first and set him up the first time, so, you know.
The secret of secrets in a moment. Jimmy Hart leading a broadcast position will find out where the scoop is momentarily.
Up there playing Hogan's music. I guess he won the segment.
And the Hulkster, looking better than he's ever looked before. He is in control. And it's here the big boss man is watching from his
Shin Gojira 3. Well, there's not even going to be a Shin Gojira 2. Toho's dropped all plans for Shin Gojira sequels. They're going to do like a quote-unquote World of Godzilla, like a Godzilla shared universe, which means like Ghidorah's probably going to get his own movie and Mothra's going to get her own movie, and then they're going to do like the Avengers and put them all in one movie and that type of shit. Which the whole shared universe thing, technically, like the Universal Monsters did it first, then Toho did it with their monsters in the 60s. And then Kevin Smith did it in the 90s with like the Jay and Silent Bob movies.
Jimmy Hart and the fabulous Rougeau brothers. Now, you all know my reputation as an investigative reporter. My sources are even better than Geraldo Rivera's.
So we'll never know what the hell was up with Godzilla's tail? I guess not, no.
Jimmy, my sources tell me you're going to reveal a big secret to us tonight.
Jesse, we waited to be interviewed by you before we make our secret public. There's no way that Bean Brain Oakland is going to get this scoop first, baby.
Well, Jimmy, the whole world is holding its breath out there. What's the secret?
Jesse, the fabulous Rougeaus have made it official. They have moved to the United States of America. They are all American now.
Oh, this is a weird... Yeah, the fabulous Rougeau brothers.
Of course, we got all American boys now. Y'all come visit us and we'll have some grits and mint juleps.
You know, that sounds great.
No, it's not great. It's fabulous.
Yeah, the fabulous Rougeau brothers, their whole heat is like, we moved to America. Yes, it is the Mountie. It is the Mountie. Oh, the Young Stallions. Paul Roma and Jimmy Powers. But their whole, like, shtick is like, hey, we're American boys, but we're, like, fake American boys. And I'm like, it's such a petty thing to get upset over. Like, I don't even, like, hate them that much. I mean, it's not, like, timeshares levels of, like, stupid reason to get heat, but, you know. I thought we already heard from the Hulkster. Did you know the Mountie trained Kevin Steen? Yes, I did hear that.
Welcome back, everybody, to Saturday night's main event. Nonetheless, this is California. Hollywood, down to the south.
At least they're not in love like Mike Bennett and Marie. Yeah, fuck them. Oh, there are a couple that loves each other. Fuck those guys. How dare they?
Forget Elvis quick now down there. Really? Jimmy Hart with that ubiquitous megaphone. A what megaphone? Never mind, Jesse. In the corner, Chuck Rougeau. Drop now with Jim Powers sitting for the right. No, nice reversal. To Michael, moving in. And on top of things right now, Jim Powers hammering away into the handout.
Yeah, Jimmy still looks good. He looks healthy. Oh, he just hit Jim Powers with a megaphone. Ooh, big kick. Nice double teaming from the Rougeaus. Ooh. What went right? Boss Man versus the Mountie at SummerSlam 91. The post-match shit, which was amazing. That was one of the best, like, set up the heel, build his heat, and then give us the fall, give us his payoff. It was so satisfying because he was such a dickhead. And then it made it funnier that they built him up for months, and I think he was undefeated. He may have been undefeated or close to it. and he built up all that heat, and then he has the fall at SummerSlam 91, and it's like, oh God, this is funny. Like, this is really, really funny. Don't you just love the way leather feels against your body? So I heard the boss man kick your butt, huh? What? That reaction is fantastic, by the way. Like, Jacques Rougeau, like, his performance in the jailhouse is still one of the funniest things WWE's ever done. Top rope drop kick by Roma. No. Oh, double team by the Rougeaus. Oh, almost like a Rough Rider. That was almost like the Rough Rider. 1, 2, 3. The Rougeaus win it.
And a big victory for the Rougeaus from Memphis, Tennessee. McMahon, I gotta get out of here. I gotta go talk to Andre. Well, there we say Jimmy Hart congratulating his tag team, Raymond and Jacques Rougeau.
Nowadays, WWE thinks putting Kevin Owens being put in a porta potty is funny. Oh God, that's some Adam Sandler level stuff there. Not good Sandler, but bad Sandler. 8 Crazy Nights Sandler.
Roberts and Davian cost Andre the Giant the World Wrestling Federation Championship. Andre, he cost you the title.
Yeah, that cost me a lot. Because I got that champion down. And Jake, you put your nose and not up the president. This time, don't come with that thing in the way.
Andre, I can't believe you're afraid of a snake.
I'm not afraid of snake. I'm not afraid.
Jesus, Andre's a little scary here.
The snake you can come in that ring anytime you want. And fight like a man. All right, Jake? Believe me, you can ask some other guys the way I put it down. That's the way I'm going to do it with you, Jake. And come along, and you're welcome.
That might be the best heel promo of Andre's career. That was legitimately intimidating.
You're welcome. Anywhere you
Oh God, those teeth. That was a really good promo from Andre. He wasn't known for his promos, but that was a good one.
You found his Achilles heel. You and Damien, that is. It's like kryptonite to Superman. Obviously, there's a phobia here with this man.
some small little problem the Giant has with snakes. But I'll tell you something, Eugene. What it is that a man, his strength is being able to think and being able to do something about what's happening in front of him. A snake or an animal, they don't have to think a lot, brother. They use this. They sense it. They feel it. They feel the fear. And when there's fear, that means they can do anything they want.
Sorry, I'm staying quiet for a Jake Roberts promo. You always stay quiet for a Jake Roberts promo and just absorb it.
You think I've knocked on your door? You're correct, I have not. But Damien and myself, we will not stop, my man. We will not stop till we have totally consumed one journey.
All right, we've not heard the end of this one between Jake the Snake, Damien, and Andre the Giant.
The Hulkster will be with us when we return. Well, Jesse put a little lesson about love tonight, didn't they? Yeah, well, Hulk should be ashamed of what he did. Really? Let's take you now to the Hulkster and Mean Gene Okerlund.
All right, Hulk Hogan, there's still a matter of some leftover turkey. It looked like that to me on a Brother Love show, but what about the Big Boss Man?
Wait a minute, Gene. It sure felt good presiding over Brother Love Show, man. It's Judge Hogan with all my Hulkamaniacs, a biased jury I might have on my side. Also being an executioner turned me on. When all the evidence was laid out, the Slickster and Brother Love were guilty as charged. But you know something? With this Bush Reagan turnover, this is a perfect time, man, for a little bit of the truth, justice, and the Hulk Hogan law to take over, man. The only thing I feel sorry about was with all the evidence laid out, we didn't have the main criminal on the witness stand, and that was the Big Boss Man. And your day's coming, Boss Man, because truth, justice, and the Hulk Hogan way will prevail.
Jesus.
But the thing is, man, when you step on the witness stand, when I pass the bias, very funny, Boss Man, Guilty as
Well, at least he admits it's a biased verdict.
Chair, brother. It's not the gas chamber. That's not me and all my little Hulkster style. We're gonna put a lifelong dose of Hulkamania on you, dude. And I might just put the handcuffs on you and give you a little view of what's going on all around town. Because when the largest arms in the world pass sentence on you,
What went wrong? The Simpsons. It stayed on the air too long.
you're gonna hear the snap, crack, and the pop, just like I heard it when you beat on me. What you gonna do, boss man, when Judge Hogan presides on you?
All right, stay tuned. More to come here on Saturday night's main event.
All right, Jesse, you claim to have top billing. Go ahead. This is Jesse the Body Ventura and Vince McMahon saying good night until the next Saturday night main event.
Okay, that was the last Saturday night's main event of 1988. A little weak on the match side of things. The best match was Andre and Savage. Even with all the interference and all the other craziness going on, it was fun to watch. Match-wise, it was a little weak this week. Some good promos from Jake and Andre and some of those guys. The Brother Love segment went on a little too long for me, but I'm not the biggest Brother Love fan. So not one of the stronger Saturday night's main event episodes. Not as good as what I've come to expect. But starting next week, we're going to be going into 1989, which has some of the best episodes of Saturday night's main event on it. Particularly once we get past Mania 5. Some of those episodes are amazing, so I can't wait to get into those. But yeah, this is I'm sorry, I'm keeping up with the chat. Did you like the Simpsons movie? I did. I felt like that should have been the end of the Simpsons, and that movie was 11 years ago, and it's still going. Thank you, man. Thanks. Thank you once again to everybody for joining. Hopefully you all enjoyed the stream. I'm going to have some more videos. I have one video planned for next week, and I've got a couple other videos planned this month. I'm going to be doing some other things. Also, I guess I should get around to watching and reviewing New Japan's G1 special and various other things that are coming out. But the streams will resume next weekend. Right now, plan on having it on Saturday, but something might get in the way, so who knows. Again, it'll be Saturday or Sunday, but right now I'm planning to have it on Saturday. But that is all I have for you now. Once again, thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you, everybody, for being a part of this. And thank you to everybody for all the feedback and everybody who seems to be enjoying these streams. I'm having fun doing them, so they've been a blast for me. So that is all I have for you now. Y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you all soon.